Good afternoon on the prairies and oil country. The pump jack in the distance, not far from the Rocky Mountains. Here in southern Alberta, Lethbridge, home to two major post-secondary institutions, and sports a large part of the community. Lots of wildlife that can be seen in the coulee and around the area underneath the high-level bridge, which sits 95 meters in the air over the Old Man River. Trains roll across it, but most people driving on in to the NMAX Center for this afternoon session of the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. It is session 10, Switzerland taking USA. Two teams near the top of the standings, and it is in for a good afternoon. I'm Luke Coley, joined by Hans Frauenlob. Huge game for both these sides coming in. The Swiss flag out there. I'm sure we'll hear the bells ringing on every shot they make, and the U.S. fans in attendance as well, cheering on their American squad, the Olympic champion, as the teams out on the ice surface, about to begin after introductions. They've done their draw shot, they've done their practice. The flags sit next to one another, high above here at the NMAX Center. Let's meet the team. Switzerland in their lead, Valentin Tanner. Skip throwing second stones, Peter de Cruz. Third, Sven Mikkel. And their fourth stone thrower, calm, cool, collected, Benoit Schwartz. They will take on Team USA, their lead, John Landsteiner. Second, Matt Hamilton. Their third man, Chris Plies. And the American skip, John Schuster. And coming into session 10, here's where we stand. Switzerland, one of two unbeaten teams, along with Canada, both in action. Japan, Sweden at 5-1 now. The U.S. right behind at 4-1. Italy won earlier, so they're 3-2, with Netherlands and Scotland right behind at 2-3. China, Germany, Russia at 1-4, with Norway and Korea rounding out the field, both winless so far. Our game is on sheet A, Switzerland and the USA. While on sheet B, it's Germany taking on Canada, trying to stay unbeaten. While Norway, looking for win number one, takes on Netherlands. And a battle of 1-4 teams on sheet D. Russia takes on China. But really, all eyes, Switzerland, USA. You knew it was going to be a good game coming in. Swiss maybe flying a little under the radar. Well, USA, they're well known. They're the Olympic champs.
No, that's right, Luke. And the Swiss team, you're right. They totally fly under the radar. And then you look at the standings and go, wait a minute, these guys are 5-0. And this is the Olympic bronze medal team. And class team in the field. They will be in the reckoning at the end of the week. Team John Schuster, Matt Hamilton, wasting no time talking to the crowd. That's kind of where he lives. There hasn't really been a camera or a fan or a spectator that Matt doesn't like. That's how he prepares for games.
No, he's
big personality.
Yeah, big personality, and really helped the success they had in the Olympic Winter Games, but he had stuff before. We'll get to that throughout our game. Switzerland easily winning the draw shot challenge. US didn't have the numbers they want. Could be big. Possible tiebreakers. That's all about winning these games right now. We are on sheet A. They'll be right next to the fans.
That'll make it interesting. You get the privilege of being able to listen in to what the players are saying out there on the ice, so we'll keep an ear open as well as an eye open this afternoon. This is John and Peter having a chat pre-game. John doing most of the talking. Peter's a good listener. But this should be a great contest. Two really high-class teams. USA, I mean, they're coming in here at 4-1, but we saw the standings off the top. They've actually got 4 teams in front of them, Luke, so this is a huge game for them. You drop to 4-2, and you're still in the playoff hunt, but you've got a lot of teams in front of you.
Anytime you play someone above you, you need to pick up that win. USA, that one game lower than Switzerland. Chance for the win, John Landsteiner, 28 years of age. And you see the respect, the conversation. These two teams are familiar with one another. De Cruz playing some events over here in North America throughout the season. And obviously at International Worlds, Olympic Winter Games, no strangers to each other.
15-9. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, if Team USA were the Beatles, John Landsteiner would be the quiet one. He'd be George Harrison. Nothing quiet about that. Center guard, though. Perfect.
Valentin Tanner, 26 years of age, the lefty. A battle of left-handed leads here in this game.
Well, this is what we like to see and what we expect from these top-class teams. Switzerland immediately throwing up the corner guard, so game on right from the outset.
I like the line.
95 to be close.
You probably have a little room. If it's just 3, we could leave it too if you
Get
want.
an early look, the speed of the ice surface here. A little different from a morning session if you were watching earlier today. There's more people in the building. Probably a little warmer in here so far in the NMAX Center. 15 seconds, top of the house, good speed.
Yeah, it is. It's been pretty consistent right through the week. You see Matt Hamilton. 14.5 to the tee line for the split times. We'll keep an eye on that through the afternoon. As Luke said, more fans in the building, middle of the day. Can subtly change the ice conditions, but the ice conditions generally this week have been really good. Tanner with a nice come around of his own. Just slides past the tee line. And you see fully behind cover that corner guard. Schuster will have to follow it. Can't really make a direct play.
Freeze.
Matt Hamilton said loves the camera. A couple appearances on late night television before the Olympic Winter Games, the one after. It's definitely helped to grow the game south of the Canadian border. Not far from here in Lethbridge to get into Montana.
Line's really good.
Yeah, Matt had to be dragged kicking and screaming into doing those appearances. He absolutely loves it. Nice stone as well, so Matt's not all just entertainment and talk shows. He can play.
Peter de Cruz, here's the difference. Little nuance in the lineup for Switzerland with Peter throwing second stones, but skipping.
Combination that has worked really well for this team.
Yeah, he's done a long time with Benoit Schwartz, and with the addition of Sven Mikkel, they've had a lot of success.
Doesn't really want to bounce the American stone, but he just gives it a little nudge.
Rules of play, 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes of thinking time given to each team. 1 60-second timeout where the coach will come down, they can talk about it.
Normal.
Trust me, that minute they come down, it goes by fast.
This should go. Unless you want to throw firm. You got enough to play firm? Okay.
Touch more, John.
Okay.
I remember the team that this team went to win the bronze medal at the World Championship 2016. They'll try and kick it over behind the center, and US a live 3.
Nice shot.
Sorry, Matt. Good throw, bud.
Good call. It's fine.
Afford to throw the up weight there because of the angles. They're all set up to
I
jam.
thought it was going to jump more, too.
Hoping for a little bit more action on the shooter, but USA line 3. Swiss with the hammer here in 1.
Oui, moi aussi. C'est quand même 11, hein, puis la glace va plus vite que d'hab. C'est bon, je pense, non?
Mais ça va qu'elle tombera beaucoup.
Oh, six.
Oh, c'est bien.
Swiss team from the Geneva area, the French-speaking part of the country.
On n'est pas dessus.
Trying the thin double. Gets 2 stones in motion, gets one of them out of the rings. Do they get the second one as well? Yes, they do. That final bonus spin gets it out of there. Nice shot.
Ça marche pas, ça... Je pensais que ça allait curler à fond, là.
Ouais.
Hein?
Ça n'a pas curlé à fond.
Ben, pas du tout, hein.
Ça a curlé
Ouais, normal. Je pense que c'est peut-être ça large.
tout petit peu actif.
Mais pour
Caught
rouler
the stone
dedans,
really
l'autre,
thin.
Mais on aurait pu
Almost
faire le
hits the
triple.
back of the second stone going by. Hit it sideways. Nice shot.
Chris Plies, the 31-year-old, new addition to this team this season. He was the alternate last year in Las Vegas for Team USA.
That's fine.
This is a big deal for Chris. Tyler George, who competed with Team Schuster at the Olympics, is now retired from competitive play, although I'll believe it when he stays away from the game for more than a year. But Chris Pleiss with a fantastic opportunity to step in and playing third for Team Schuster. And this is a big deal for Chris. The others have had tons of international experience, but for Chris, this is a newish ball game.
Well, Sven Mikkel, also a new addition to this Swiss team. He wasn't with them at the Olympic Winter Games last year, but played in 2014, just misses the run back.
You know, they were looking for action on that stone in the front 8-foot, and it just blew right across the top of it. The USA are in a great situation to set up the force.
Yeah, that.
And has a look.
But, I mean, obviously they're going to be able to work at this one.
They should be behind the T line then, right? We can drop.
I mean,
they would be on the T line if they froze it perfect.
I'm okay with this. I think.
Maybe they'll just throw the out tune that lands through, right?
You like that or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
After a bit of debate, I think John Schuster likes the center guard.
Yeah. Yeah, 10.
A little fishtail out there on the move out of the hack from Chris Pleiss, but
A little bit of curling to
corrects
do.
it well. Nice release.
A lot of curling to do, actually.
Line should get there.
Go ahead, Steiner. Go ahead. Go with the mat. Yep.
Hard center.
Yep. Hard.
All the way, Steiner.
Hard.
A little bit more, Steiner. Come on.
A little more hard.
Good, 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 good.
All right,
Shot, Chris.
Covers the front stone. And a good look at that guard. No play really on the intern side.
Okay. Six. On fait bien ça. Ouais. C'est le meilleur call, je pense. Ja, das oder Hit and Roll da. Aber dann sind wir overkey, dann spielt der Freeze. Okay. C'est quoi? 14-3. Comme
Aggressive play here from the Swiss.
Yeah, and here you see how the chemistry of the team works with the third player, Sven Mikkel. He's not the vice skip. Benoit Schwartz, technically the vice skip. They're both down there talking about it. Peter de Cruz calling the game in the house. Just different from your regular lineup.
Swiss showing high confidence in themselves. They're ignoring both American stones. They're trying to come around the pile here. This one looks a little pacey. Starting to come down now, but it's going to be second shot. It's a great chance for the Americans to follow that down and really lock in the force.
I mean, that is.
Benoit Schwartz in the foreground there, and there's Sven Mikkel.
Yeah, just maybe an inch bigger than the middle. Okay. So I think that should vary. Even an inch outside the middle should still get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got like 13-4 on that, and stopped only back 8-foot. So I think it's in second rock. I should be able to throw you 95.
But they didn't sweep it much at all.
Right. So I can throw you
95.
95-4.
John Schuster
Like a 4
trying to
shouldn't be
follow
too
the
big of a
same
spread, right?
path.
Right.
You can just hear them comparing the numbers on the
We're just
stopwatch.
trying to bite the top button here, guys.
It's the same path as Sven Mikkel just threw, so John Schuster trying to take a bit of a reading from that.
T-line. Okay.
John, no stranger to the worlds. This is 8th trip. Best finish was that bronze medal,
Line's outside his line right off.
2016.
Always John. I like the weight. Always John. Maybe
Gotta
I'll
go
have
as
to
late as
finish.
you can. Go ahead.
John's been going to
Even if
World
you're doing,
Championships
you
so
gotta
long,
go.
even I've played
Keep
against
got
him.
buried.
Go now. Go.
Go hard.
Go now. Hard lands.
Hard.
Trying to hide this.
Stop. That's good.
Front
in.
4-foot.
Lie 1-2.
So decision time here for the Swiss.
It's okay.
Do you really gamble and still try to press and force a 2, or do you pull the pin a little bit and just open things up and make sure you score?
Yeah. I thought they didn't. them not wanting to sweep was because they thought it was heavy or something.
Yeah, 14.
I was confused. I thought we were going all the way through that. Like, when I'm telling my center to go, and he was sitting there looking at it, I was like, do you think this is
The brain's trust.
C'est pas facile de faire un moitié de temps.
Non. C'est exactement nous. What if we open up this side?
exactly.
Either with this, or... Je pense que c'est le bon coup, là. Ouais. Moitié, ça va être proche, hein.
Looks like there might be a play through the hole on the outturn side to the rock on the left-hand side of the 4-foot, but they're eyeing up some of these angle runs.
Moitié?
Moitié, c'est très proche, ouais. Moitié au plus fin, c'est bien.
Pas possible, reste short, mais...
Saying we hit the half of this one, moitié. Drive it into the pile. They're going to have to squeak that one in the front 8-foot to get to the shot rock in the front 4-foot. I think they'd be happy leaving their own stone somewhere front ring and getting rid of at least one American stone.
Benoit Schwartz, 27 years of age, 2 Olympic Winter Games, 2-time world bronze medalist. Run it back.
Oh,
Picks
man.
the one out. So close to getting both.
Nearly got the double. Great attempt from Benoit. Catches this one a hair thinner and then hits the top stone a little thicker, and maybe he makes the double takeout, but that's a great shot from Benoit Schwartz.
A little thinner. They come off the top one.
Yeah. These guys aren't afraid to try it. They back themselves.
Yeah. Well, it's the same amount of danger if I put
Importantly,
it
it also opens up the in-turn
I
path.
think we have more room for air to be able to sweep it to here.
Right.
Yeah. All right. That's
You think this side should
actually give me a little bit more.
same speed?
I think it is, yeah.
If you're high a bit and you go too deep, you leave a double, right?
Yeah.
The only thing is I just threw this one, but I think the speed should be good
I think if you
everywhere,
go too deep on the other side, though, it's
right?
dangerous.
Right.
This way, it's not too bad.
Well, if you go T-line, it's terrible here. So if we're going to be T-line, we have to be all the way to them and high side. So we're trying to just go like bite top button, bite button buried. So. Okay.
Well, good start to the game for the Americans. They've won 4 straight games after dropping their first. Trying to finish off a solid first end.
How's he at?
Pretty big, actually.
Okay.
6. Easy.
5.
Easy.
It's either going to be a 5
Stay
or a
close
7.
for line.
5 or
5 or
6. 6.
Yep.
Gotta go. Hard.
Go ahead. That needs full 4-foot.
Looking to be just biting the front button.
Line only. Gotta go line. Line only. Gotta go line. Line only. Hard.
Well, trying to get it all the way right down
Yep.
to the back one. They didn't want to be T-line. And they left it. And an opening now.
Yep, slides a fraction deep, so now the sideways double takeout for 2 is there for Swiss.
Okay.
Sorry, boys.
That was the challenge. Had to sweep that one for line.
Faut quand même jouer 8, je pense.
8. C'est un tiers, hein?
Ou bien on joue vite, puis on s'en fout. On met ça
Hit about a quarter.
Non, mais vite, si tu prends pas au-dessus, ça va juste
Redirect it off to the right. Hope it doesn't jam on your back red.
Je pense que ça, c'est pas possible.
Bon, alors
Mais-
8. Alors 8 comme ça.
Moi, j'aime bien 8 sur un tiers, ouais.
Oh, c'est pas un tiers, Pete. Moitié, ça le fait. Hein.
Moitié, ça le fait.
Un tiers, c'est très fin. hein.
There's a look at the angle.
Un tiers, ça marche. je
That's
pense.
Peter showing us what they want
Tiers,
to happen.
ouais.
Un tiers, ça marche, ouais.
Ça va pousser la rouge, je pense. Hein.
Ouais.
Well, I haven't seen a lot of this team, the dynamic of them playing, but with 4 stones,
je pensais bien.
now Sven Mikkel's been down there, so there's some 3 of them.
8.
Curious how they are on their time. Haven't seen them have a time issue so far this week.
Moitié, c'est bien, je pense. Hein?
Ouais, moitié.
go.
Non, ça va coller un peu. Ouais, il faut ça, je pense.
Parfait.
Looking to hit half on the inside.
Got a chance to get 2 out of this end. They took some chances here. Now to try and make it pay off. Benoit Schwartz in the last rock of the end.
C'est bien.
Attention. Ouais, 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 oui.
It's close.
Well, 1, 2, push it through, and look at that. Slightest of mistakes, and Switzerland makes the U.S. pay the score an early 2. Capitalize with the hammer. 2-0, Switzerland leading the U.S.
Ouais, c'est vite. Hein.
C'était toujours un dieu, ça.
Ah, excuse. Ah non, excuse. C'est limite.
Your run back, I thought it was going to cause a lot.
Hein?
It was perfectly played.
Non, non, non.
I didn't.
J'étais surpris, je pensais que
My delivery was not so
Ouais.
Je pensais que c'est
clean,
plus
so
collé que ça.
tried.
Fallait
Non,
pas
non,
le
non,
dire.
arrêtez.
Straight
Non,
down.
non, ok.
And I pushed it. It was
On est
maybe.
passé à 5.
Was maybe. If it goes this much more, c'est un trip. It's good. Non, c'est vrai.
It was a 2 for Switzerland in the first end. Benoit Schwartz and Switzerland make the U.S. pay for not far off, but slight mistake. Opening was there, double made. So we play the second end now. And Team USA will have the hammer. Both teams right at the top of the standings. Switzerland 5-0, USA 4-1. We play in session 10. Luke Coley here with Hans Frauenlob.
5-6.
Ah, yeah, 5-6.
14-6. Voilà, parfait là.
Great start for the Swiss, Luke. Looked like they were in a little bit of trouble. But, 2 nice stones by Benoit Schwartz turned that around. And as you said, punished just the tiniest of mistakes from John Schuster. Made them pay.
When you mentioned it, Hans, when Benoit Schwartz is first, it opens up both paths, whether he makes the shot or not. So it really wasn't about a make. It was, let's leave ourselves something better on my last. And
yeah,
it worked out when they get 1 and a double for a deuce in the first end.
Exactly right. Kind of a 2-for-1 deal there on his setup shot.
Yep, get that side motion out of it. Go a little more. Good. That way.
Corner guard up for the Americans, right on the Pioneer logo.
This camera's on both sides. It's throwing me off.
Non, c'est juste 2,5.
Bien assez.
Peut-être c'est bien là.
C'est assez proche.
2,5. Petit peu de place. Petit peu de place. Ouais. Fini. Juste de côté de la ceinture. Ah ouais? Fini. C'est bien là, c'est bien. Bien avant. Super.
Center guard thrown.
80, 85.
If we're going to get 10 ends of this, it's going to be a pretty entertaining afternoon.
We've seen lots of aggressive play from both teams and the way that they go about it throughout the week. And all the teams, sometimes you'll see the first stone come in and you run them up and down. There hasn't been much of that.
No. Which we appreciate.
Hard.
Come on, still got it.
Whoa. Yep. Matt, go ahead. Matt,
Whoa.
go now, Matt.
Just a little tap, a little more weight than they were looking for. Set side of the button. Look in Norway, Netherlands over on sheet C.
Okay, Netherlands playing the yellow stones. Looks like Magnus Ramsfjell of Norway. Having to play a quiet downweight shot. Lots of rocks in play. So whatever this is called, it's going to be a tough one. Looks like he's trying to tap his own.
Whoa. Whoa. Andreas. Andreas.
Open me.
Well, doesn't get contact on his own. Pushes the Dutch stone across the rings. And not quite far enough, so it's a steal of 1 for the Netherlands. They lead that one 1-0.
Look over at Russia and China. Looks like Russia has 1 right on the forefoot.
Yep, and 1 on the edge of the forefoot as well. So Sol Chiao of China. Coming off a dramatic win last night, trying to keep their momentum going this afternoon. That's pretty good.
Almost made that double, too.
Single point for the Chinese. They lead that one 1-0.
Chris, keep going. Line only. Okay, hold it. Whoa.
Keep tabs on all the games for you this afternoon. Midpoint of the tournament now, and field's starting to shake itself out a little bit. 13 member associations are competing here this week. Top 6 will make the playoffs. There's Super Mario.
That's fine, man.
So right on the button. Centerline guard. U.S. has 1 behind the corner, but it's deep in the house.
Both stones behind cover. Peter de Cruz.
4, 5. Ligne, c'est bien. Place.
Ligne bien. 6.
Wow, 6. Vitesse, c'est parfait.
J'ai vitesse. C'est large pour 7.
Vitesse, c'est bien. Ça pousse.
14-3.
Ça pousse.
Non. On veut être
Non.
Doesn't really want to bump, just gives it the tiniest of nudges. That's a pretty good shot. Good angle.
Thomas Lips, the coach of the Swiss team. The coach's bench there, as you see Claudio Patz left of your screen. He was the third man with this squad at the Olympic Winter Games last February when they won the bronze medal.
Andreas Schwaller as well on the Swiss bench.
Pretty good out.
6.
Quite a brain stress there.
Clean.
5. 6 is too much, though.
6. Line's good.
Line's great.
Little bit of room, little bump. No bounce on this line.
No, we gotta way off then.
Just stay with it though.
It's gotta come down.
Whoa.
It's coming down. It'll be here.
Whoa.
Matt, or Chris, go. Hard. Never off. Shot away,
Right
Matty.
onto the
Beauty.
corner. Very nice finesse shot. Is Don Bartlett, of course, an Olympic silver medalist himself, coaching this team this season. Phil Drobnik and
Yeah, it was actually a
Corey Dropkin.
14-5.
Yeah. You guys had a
Corey's busy taking notes. Alternate this week. John
What's going on?
Schuster.
Don Bartlett got a nice little birthday presents, you should say. I could say they got 2 wins yesterday on his birthday.
Ligne, c'est bien.
Well, that's what the coach always say they want for their birthday, but they actually want more. They say, buy me dinner.
Can always deliver a present to him later if you're in the building and you want to give him a present. I'm sure he won't say no to it.
Please. Ouais, ça pousse. Oui. Please. Ligne, c'est parfait. Ouais. Connais-tu? Go. Fini. Allez.
Trying another angle freeze. They're all stacked up now.
Superb.
Great shot.
Look over at the Germany-Canada game on sheet B.
Well, Canadians lying 2. Kevin Cooey of Canada trying to remain unbeaten. Tough final stone here for Mark Leskatuitz.
Yeah. Even if you get that, it's probably okay now.
Easy.
It's something that we all green out there off there. So.
It's a big step up for this young German team, but they're competing well.
Yep, a little bit.
Can you not get there aboard?
Right to it.
No problem there. Makes the hit, sticks around, and the Germans score a single point. They're up 1-0.
Chris Plies now with that lineup of stones. It is the U.S. on the back end of all those 4 that shot stone right now.
Whoa. Let's. Matt, get ready. Let's keep going. Whoa. Yep.
We slide along with the sweepers.
Beauty.
Pleiss double nudges them, pushes the Swiss stone back 4 foot. Pretty good shot.
Shot, Chris.
Moves around too.
More yellow lingering in the house.
Well, in the Olympic gold medal game, it was a 5-point end that clinched it for John Schuster and company to get them their gold medal. So no stones in the 12-foot accumulating. Sven Mikkel going to come down and have a look.
We can do this, huh?
It could be red. It's probably red though. No, look at it closely. Okay. Probably makes the difference.
I have no idea. This is not there, huh? No, because of
It's there, I think.
the
I think it's
freeze.
there. Yeah, I think it's there. But it's so difficult. Like if you're here on half a rock, he
Just
hits and rolls in.
think.
Trick 2.
If the run back is not perfect. I mean, worst case, if I clip this, or
But I was thinking like a 9. Just try and stick it on the nose.
this would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really
Still,
nice.
this one will stay here, huh?
I think we have to. If we
this
give up
or
3, it's
replay
okay, but not more than 3. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I
Peter
was
de
thinking
Cruz worried about
this,
the big
but-
end.
Is it possible to get rid of these 2? No.
Yeah, with the peel weight, but it's
No. I think you want to play 9, stick it here. Okay.
So the Swiss team switches to English when
pretty risky, man.
Sven Mikkel comes into the conversation. The rest of them native
Nose.
French speakers. Sven's French isn't quite as good, so they switch to English when Sven gets into the discussion. That tells us exactly what they want to do here, and that's hit this top stone pretty hard. Peter quite worried about giving up a big end if they just leave the stones accumulating, or if they try to run back and miss it.
Whoa.
Trying to get this one to right on the nose.
Well, they do try the run back and they do miss it, so trouble brewing for Team Switzerland.
Tiny bit, I think, and keep this angle where it maybe goes into here. Might not, though. We might not be able to move that far enough to get it out of the way.
Can you kill both of those by hitting this?
What's that?
Can you kill both of them by hitting this?
Probably not.
No.
So then do we just try to get rid of this somehow? Well, then they're just probably going to follow us.
If they follow you, you have a piece of this one still, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Here.
I mean, I think we're lying too already. We are, so I mean, I'd love to somehow bring these into play, but.
We could probably kill it.
Which way, though?
I
don't think you can kill it this way. You'd have to go through the hole, and I don't really like going through the hole, I don't think.
Does this drag down at all if you hit it on the side?
hole.
Yeah, I mean, but we're now, I mean, we'll probably be shot rock if we played this. We could play it, though. But I don't know, we're lying 2 right now. I'd hate to, like, play something to leave them line 1. I think we go here.
I like that.
You can even give it.
Yeah.
We're going this way, though, Chris.
Yeah.
Some interesting dynamics, Luke, with the new player in the team, Matt Hamilton, coming up to join in the strategy discussion. And Chris, although he's the third player, is more listening. You can hear that John really wanted to create a big end here, but also recognizes the danger if they make a play on that stone in the front of the 8-foot.
Yeah, I think it'll be a shade slower. Give me a 90, 95.
Yeah, so we're seeing from both sides, the 3 members involved in that. Just to try and weld this one on.
Clean.
Feels okay.
Clean.
Lots of them, lots
Keep
of
it
them.
moving.
6,
Yes, then. Yep. Yep.
7, 7.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
9. Line's
Close,
good.
Close. Matt, go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
Sweeping for
Hard.
curl now.
Hard, hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Trying to get the line. Pretty good pass there from Chris Pleiss. And the U.S. lines 3. And they get a little bit of separation on the Redstones in the process.
And 80.
Good. What'd you have on to?
Yeah, an 83.
We're looking at my cross.
Is that your last?
Non. Oui, t'es 13-4, hein.
Pressure shots. Benoit Schwartz had to make a couple in the first. They need a couple more now in the second end.
Yeah, Benoit's earning his pay early in the game, that's for sure. 2 high degree of difficulty shots in the first end, and here's another one in the second. Wants to follow that stone of Pleiss down, but he doesn't want to bump. He wants to sit right in front of it, which means he's going to have to squeak that front guard.
Ligne un peu limite. 6. Attention. Vitesse bien.
Ligne assez, hein.
Place.
10 vitesses.
This one's tracking out wide a little bit. A lot of curling to do.
C'est vite. Non, non, non. C'est vite seul. Je pense c'est 7. Sven, vas-y. Sven.
Benoit throws quite a soft handle, though they do finish really hard. Oh, how do you like that? Great shot.
Really see that late curl in, especially with the sweep. They get in for second shot. Slide in and see what's going on. Russia and China. 1-0 China leading.
Oh, Russia's Sergei Glukov
I kind of don't even hate like this.
appears to be trying an angle run. There's a whole pile of rocks in and around the 4-foot.
Well, I mean, if we straight pick that, though, it's great. But I don't straight pick it, and I can touch red, yeah. I can touch red.
Wow. Steve, noge.
Well, it depends if the
Noge
red
linie.
goes back.
Steve, Steve. Now.
I don't hate just smashing this.
No, they just misread the sweep read. They were trying a long angle tap, but the Russians will take a single point. 1 red.
I think we're good.
That one's all tied up at 1.
I think I got the feel, though.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just dead nose.
Yeah.
So they're all tied up. Those 2 teams, 1 and 4.
You like out because you think the spin's better?
It's a
Yeah.
playoff
Yeah,
survival
fine.
game for both of them.
Pretty close to center line. Maybe just that inch inside of it.
Does that middle one go and push that red out?
Probably better to miss high than low, right? Yes. What's that?
Nothing.
We'll find out. We're not 100% sure.
Wondering about if there was drag on those 2 yellows.
Quite a bit of air between them. I don't think there's going to be much drag.
Whoa. Oh, oh, oh. Lay the other one. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Well, they end up getting the pinball off, push that one off the side and line 2.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Opens up the 4-foot.
Does lose one of his shooters in the back in the process.
Hard the wrong way.
Loses the shooter as well. So the big end is gone, but deuce still very much on for the Americans. Maybe a 3.
He's missing the corner of it, though.
hack le plus en plein possible. Même, tu sais, sur 3 quarts, ça peut être en force. Hein. Si t'es là et ça reste là, c'est pas facile de mettre le deuxième
Faut pas
poids.
sortir celle-là, sinon il a un 2 pour 3.
Exact, ouais. J'irais sur 3 quarts avec juste hack.
Ouais, ok. C'est quoi?
J'aurais des bords du bouton.
Genre 11 et demi 12.
Exact, ouais.
Ok.
Ça va aller assez vite là.
Ah ouais.
I think on 3/4, if you can stay here, it just makes it difficult for him to score 2.
Or a nose. Nose is fine.
Yeah,
too.
but then this is going to spin here. He has an open draw, you know.
Yeah, but
I'd say 3/4.
we have to be careful because of the one on the back.
Ouais.
C'est quoi le plus en plein
I think it passes anyway.
Sven's worried about the jam if they try to hit it too much on the outside of the stone. Peter's saying if we get to the nose, it's just going to be a draw for 2. Want to make the draw for 2 tougher. So Benoit Schwartz, hack weight, wants to hit 3/4 of the stone in the front of the forefoot.
11 et demi.
Wow. Ouais, oui. Wow. Attention. Wow.
Un peu large.
Attention. Wow.
Un peu large.
Oh, vas. Go, go.
La jaune, hein, la jaune.
1 3/4. I get pretty close to 3/4.
Saved that stone in the back that Sven Mikkel was worried about. Very nice shot from Benoit Schwartz.
A little more roll away than they wanted.
Fairly routine shot for a 2, but it's only going to be 2.
Oh, vas. Go, go.
See Valentin Tanner sweeping at the end, hoping to get a little bit more curl.
Super.
Interesting, Sven down there again. It's old habits die hard. He's used to seeing where they need to hit, see what's going on from in the house.
Yeah. Sven has played a lot of skip. He's quite accustomed to being in the thick of the conversation tactically.
Final shot here for John Schuster. Nose hit. Tie this game up.
Clean, clean. Clean, yep, clean, yep. Clean, clean, clean.
And he'll get that right on the nose.
Double takedown. Nice shot.
The stats.
And John Schuster and Team USA will get their deuce, tie things up. 2-2 after 2 in session
That's
10.
why I asked if it was biting. I could have probably thrown normal and just tried to just chisel our rock like this way and catch this one for like 4.
Oh,
That's why I was asking if it was biting because I think it actually might
that
have been
would
there.
have been real sneaky.
I think I wanted to let us play that.
Trading twos the first couple ends, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Look from right down on the edge of the 4 sheets. Sheet A is where our feature game is. Luke Coley here with Hans Frauenlab. USA, Switzerland. And USA a game behind Switzerland in the standings right now.
A little bit.
Both teams doing what you're supposed to do with last rock, score multiple points.
Perfect. Otherwise, start, buddy. Nice scrub, guys.
Both teams kind of doing it textbook. Without the last rock, throw the center guard. With the last rock, throw the corner guard. Go around them, go around them. It's resulted in deuces for both teams with the hammer.
Let me.
Ennemi.
Attends, Benoît, c'est quand
Ça
même
peut
là.
tourner encore. C'est 3.
Ennemi.
Non, je peux pas.
Corner guard for center guard. Same.
Rinse and repeat.
Absolutely. Deja vu all over again.
All right, Yogi, we'll go over Germany and Canada. 1-0 Germany leading Canada.
Well, Germans lying 2 here in the back of the house. Rush position here. Looks like Kevin Cooey is going to try to whistle one between the front stones.
Gonna be Chris.
Another quiet whistle by Kevin's standards. Looks around as he releases. Something caught his attention.
Whoa, Benny, try.
Through the port.
Okay. Good shot.
Gets to nose, but it's a single point for the Canadians. A good force for the Germans. That game is tied at 1.
We'll keep all the games updated as we go through here in session 10. Both unbeaten teams still in action here in this one. You just saw Canada and Switzerland the other one.
No.
The ranks of the unbeaten are beginning to thin out, as you'd expect, as we get to the middle of the week.
No bells. No.
Stone again, a little heavy, just a little bump and a flop out.
As we said, keep you up to date. Let's check in, see what Norway can muster with the hammer against Netherlands in the second.
Well, young Norwegian team looks like Magnus Remsfeld has an open draw to the house to potentially score a pair here. This team notable so far in the tournament in a bad way. They've been dropping 5s, but no sign of that so far in this game. Hope for their sake they can break that streak.
Stefan Wallstedt in for the second straight game of the third position.
Nice shot there by Ramsfeld. That's the pair for the Norwegians. A little smile from the young Norwegian skip, and they're up 2-1.
That's been 4 straight games he's been giving up. He gave up a 5. 4 straight games he gave up a 5, and
Yeah.
first one they joked about. I think now.
Yeah, the joke's
Getting
getting a little
angry.
tired, yes, absolutely.
Again, U.S. got a little something going here. As have the first couple ends.
That slight mistake on the attempted freeze means that Switzerland has to run back stones, and a nice job there. Peter de Cruz nails the run back. Picks off the American stone, spills it out. Nice shot.
Players today just make that shot look very simple.
Yeah, it's quite maddening, actually. As a player trying to duplicate that with your own team, you go, wait a minute, why can't I make run back like that every time? It's because these guys are really good.
How much we got, guys? 5.
Mine's pretty good.
Sander, stay down.
Hard for wine. Hard for wine.
All right, easy now. Just as short.
Easy. Let it sit.
Let her die.
Sit.
Well, here you'll get a good example of the curl.
Sit.
Got by with a little bit of room, and out the other side it goes.
Sorry, guys.
Just peeks a corner, and maybe still even high enough that the Swiss think about double takeout. Certainly can roll to the wing. Either would be good for the Swiss.
I don't see why, but
Coach's bench in the background as Peter de Cruz eyes it up.
Moitié.
je vois une petite moitié. Hein.
C'est parfait, tu prends un peu moins que ce que tu vois.
Tu veux 9?
Tu veux venir 8?
Moi, je pensais 10, mais...
C'est vraiment facile de rouler au-dessus. Hein.
OK. OK, 9.
J'aime bien faire le double.
9, c'est bien.
The dilemma is you want to throw it hard enough to get the roll, but you have to throw it soft enough to get enough contact and not catch it thin and blow it by the second stone.
Je mettrai un poil moins.
Seem to have settled on a weight.
Ça va aller, regardez.
Attends.
Well, it is Switzerland with the hammer here as we play the third.
Oh, no.
Attention, ouais.
Whoa, whoa. Monsieur.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, play thin will make the double.
Nice shot.
There's that one stone in the rings.
See, Ben, I can make doubles too, says Peter.
Doesn't have to throw him as hard. I can
No.
play him quieter, just make the quiet way double.
That's right.
Hard, really gotta go.
Bit of urgency in Schuster's voice on the sweep read. Get it by that corner guard, gets to the nose, and the U.S. lies one.
Dude, he's got to throw him.
There's Chris Pleiss. See how close this comes to the corner guard? Oh, miles of room.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
Whoa, whoa,
He's in me.
No, no, no.
Monsieur.
Monsieur.
Monsieur. Whoa.
Oh,
Ben, Ben.
oh, go, oh, go.
Well, chasing after it, and rolls
Yes, he.
out the other side. Back and forth, the hits go.
You got room for that, right? With this turn?
You got an inch.
Yeah, you got room.
That was hack last time?
Yeah.
U.S. looking for
Close.
a little inside flop behind the center.
Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Off. Matt, get ready here. Actually, Lance, get ready to go on the wing.
Close, Matt.
Nope.
Yep, Lance.
No center guard flop, so Schuster now thinking about sweeping it away from the center guard.
Okay, Chris.
I think Switzerland will now be thinking blank.
Just have to execute these. Third end, do they start obviously thinking the blank? Do they start thinking, it's not a bad thing, maybe we try and get it into the hammer into the fourth end?
Let's go, man. Whoa.
That man?
Yeah, third end's an end you don't mind blanking if you can. Danger for the Swiss is the U.S. have still got two front stones they could duck behind, and John Schuster could call your bluff and whip around.
Wait. Yep. Whoa.
Sure.
A little roll away, so just these two guards out in front, one on the side. Schuster's going to give a run at the hit and roll.
You all right with that room for control, or you want me to throw normal that room?
No, I'm thinking this is good. That's good. Control.
Yes.
Trying to make the long roll, right?
No, we're trying to beat it.
Oh.
Other intern for Steiner. I'll try to throw some piercing to kill it end to end.
Okay, confirming there that John Schuster is not looking for the roll. He just wants to hit this on the nose.
Whoa, control, off.
Stay close. Matt, stay close, though.
Go ahead, Matt.
Matt, go.
Well, needing a little bit at the end to curl. Pulls away, still just that one.
Good.
It's way out to the wing. A little sigh of relief from John Schuster.
Slowly draw.
Now to the Swiss switch gears, that stone being so wide.
Moi, bien 10.
Ah ouais.
No, stick with the strategy. You roll to the wing to try to set up the blank. Keep that play going.
Well, Benoit has medals of all different colors at the European Championship. Bronze at the Olympic Winter Games, bronze at the 2017-2014 World Men's Championship. Let's try and maybe a little gold or silver. Gold preferably for himself.
You get the feeling it's a matter of time. Very talented player. Let's have a live look at Germany, Canada. Two Canadian stones in the back of the forefoot, but two German stones behind them. Be interesting to see if Germany's Mark Muscatuitz is just going to try to play for the straight one, or if he's thinking little heavy draw, thin tick double, maybe get three.
Six.
Got to get by the front stones first. Now he wrecks the stone in the front 8 foot, and that's a steal of 2 for Canada. Big mistake from the German skip. gives Canada a 3-1 lead.
Well, in the U.S., in our game, rolls out on Schuster's last hit and roll, so.
Easy decision for the Swiss now.
Maybe a moment where they thought about a split just to see.
Popping that hard is just loose.
It just kind of popped.
Be pretty cheeky.
Så feel for dem halv.
What's the success at?
This will be the throw through. I think there was a second they thought about it. He stopped halfway down the ice, said, wait.
Well, maybe. No. Will in fact be the blank for the Swiss. They'll keep last rock into the fourth.
Well, Switzerland trying to add to their medal total. Seeing the success on the women's side. Good start here. Of course, Tirinzoni, the winners. I think I heard De Cruz say 2.
Not this time.
No score, 2-2 after 3 ends of play.
Ça doit être possible. Exact, c'est ça.
Ouais. Tu joues 11,5 sur un tiers.
Non, je pense que tu joues comme les 7 lignes de balle.
Ouais.
Mais bon.
A blank third end would remain 2-2. USA and Switzerland. Switzerland has the hammer again after blanking. A full slate of games this afternoon. John Landsteiner, center line guard. Let's start her all over again. Assume the corner guard if this one's out in front.
Line's good.
No, we'll see if the Americans try something different in the even ends to
15-8.
generate force, but
Since the draw of the button.
Well, that was the same weight he threw for the draw.
center
The
guard
button.
it is.
Savagery.
There's the humor with the U.S. team. The center line guard says that's the same he threw for the draw to the button. Comparing this, the draw which went top 12 foot.
That was 4 ends ago.
Valentin Tanner to put up the corner guard.
Ça n'a pas collé encore.
Ah, c'est nature fort.
C'est bien.
2,5.
Yeah, c'est un.
It is what you'll get out of the American team. They'll say it as it is. They're not going to mince words very often.
Yeah, you're not really left wondering.
Je vais mis presque à center line. Ouais.
No, Landsteiner 89% on the championship.
Exact same weight.
We might have a little room, a little space. Chris, take the rock. Take the rock.
On it short?
If you can leave it short of the house.
Yeah, we can.
Sure.
Yeah.
15-6, okay.
Let's do the next.
Not in, that's all.
Do the same
Well,
split.
they leave that one short for Landsteiner.
No double peel there.
Yeah, and right away the Swiss change gears. Let's look in at Norway, Netherlands.
Same split.
Yep, Van Dorp of the Netherlands holding the brush for their 4th stone thrower. And there he is, Wouter Huskins. Appears to be a takeout for 2 here.
Nice simple game over there so far. Both sides fairly open.
Yep. And there's a Dutch treat. There's a pair. And they go out in front 3-2.
That was the come around. Down, Valentine Tanner not quite protected. It's still in the open.
Good chance to get that tiny inside flop and get behind those staggered front stones for the Americans.
Matt Hamilton at 88% for the championship.
Chris, go ahead. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep, go, Chris, go. Hard, Chris, go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Anything. Attaboy. Nice weight, Matt.
So that went green and red.
What's that?
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Like went both.
C'est juste penalty, mais...
J'aime bien. J'aime bien 8.
OK.
Sur 3 quarts. 3 quarts 8, c'est bien, je pense. Hein? I want to make sure I stay with this.
Sven, il était assez droit avant.
Avec
hein, là.
4/5e, je pense, c'est presque triple.
Okay. Yeah. But I want to make sure I roll this in the first
Oui, oui.
spot.
Ouais.
That's it.
Cross, Ben, hein.
Peter de Cruz better than that of Matt Hamilton. 90% for the tournament. That's second.
She's sweet.
Now.
Just ahead. Matt Hamilton's third among the seconds.
Allez, go, 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 go.
Trying to double peel the front, open it up.
We'll leave the American stone in the rings, the second one.
The second position has really changed with the 5-rock rule. Got to be able to throw that draw weight with a shot and then also bring the weight up.
You know what I mean?
So we'll look at everything going on right now. USA, Switzerland are feature game 2-2. Canada leads Germany 3-1. Netherlands up 3-2 in the fourth. 1-1 Russia, China over on sheet D.
Either one. I mean,
You pick, Chris.
I think you just play it with.
Normal? I mean, you can't roll in with normal. I don't think we're trying to roll in anyways.
Like if you're gonna play with
Normal,
board,
you
just
could
play it
probably
to
get
hit
there.
a quarter.
Play control.
Control.
It's not just a straight peel. They want to try and roll it either to a guard or on.
Kind of a 2-for-1 deal. Get rid of the corner guard, create a guard for yourself in the process.
Keep going, Chris.
Got on this early to try and make sure they
Hey,
get
whoa.
any of it.
Can't keep them both somehow here.
They'll go right in on their own.
Hang on, baby.
Just fine.
That's fine.
Doesn't really change anything. Sorry, guys.
I was trying to see if I could keep them both. Almost did.
And it was
I leaned on you.
basically the peel.
I was trying to help you
Get it back.
know, like, après, il va venir laisser.
Control weight peel.
Je pense qu'on aura le double après.
Yeah, don't need to do too much damage.
OK.
Bit of a break for the Swiss though.
Juste normal.
Ouais. Il n'y a pas de jam en derrière.
Comme quand même un peu plus là. Hein, ici.
Pas énorme à mon avis.
Pas énorme.
Non, je crois pas. Non.
No guards around anymore for the Swiss. Play the stone on the tee line.
10,5.
C'est 10.
10,5.
Oh, oh.
C'est assez bien.
Oh, oh, oh. Sven.
10. 10.
Wow, 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 wow. OK, attention. OK.
Hit on the side. And Hans, here's the standings with Canada and Switzerland atop at 5-0. Then there's Japan and Sweden who are off this draw at 5-1. USA sits 4-1. Like you said, 4 teams ahead of them with 5 wins. Then that logjam with 2 and 3 losses, 4 losses still in the mix.
Yeah, it's, as we've been saying, we've had a few events now with a 13-team field, and you want 7 wins to be comfortable. And that Swedish loss this morning to Scotland changes things up a little bit at the top of the standings.
85% for Chris Plies. Come in, he was the 5th ranked third. Some thirds putting up some big numbers here this week.
Yep, Johnny, go.
Yeah, we've
See the
seen
hit
some
and roll.
outstanding play.
Jackers.
C'est 11,5, 12, hein?
Pretty straightforward end now.
12, c'est bien.
Somebody's going to need a half miss for something other than a deuce or a blank to happen.
11,5. 11,5, 12.
Attention.
So Mikkel,
Attention. 11,5.
88% of the week. Speaking of good play at third.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, he's the third ranked. Third.
Whoa.
Balle. Ouais.
Whoa. Oui, oui, roule. Oh.
Well, hit, roll behind that front one, and that's the type of play that has you right atop that position.
And the cowbells ring. Swiss fans in the stands, fans from all around the world here in Lethbridge this week.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Well, go straight back.
Good call, John.
And with the quiet weight, able to hold both of them around.
That's a very nice shot from
Watching
Chris
the sideline,
Pleiss.
I'm like, stop sweeping. Great sweep.
Aussi avec lui, hein?
Ouais, ouais.
Oui, bien sûr.
Oui, oui.
14, 14-5, 14-3.
Vitesse, c'est 8.
14-2, c'est bien.
8-9.
Elle est quand même 8, hein, la pierre. 8-9, t'as vu?
Ouais.
Moi, je pense 14 on l'amène.
14, ouais.
Good look near ice level.
We'll slide over and keep an eye, see what's going on. Russia and China over on sheet D.
Okay, well, it looks like the Chinese have got a stone on the button there. Wang Xiu having an overhead look at it, so they're really clustered around.
Ligne pas mal. Ligne, c'est bien.
China's Sol Chiao lines it up.
Fini.
Juste si tu peux.
It's going to be tough for them to score.
Fini. Allez, continue. Go, go, go.
Régis.
There's a Russian stone right on the button and a Chinese stone behind it.
力，力，二可以擦，可以擦，二，去我力量先，二，不行，二擦地，没有。
Looks like a steal of a single point for the Russians. So Russia now moves out in front 2-1. Close game. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
Benoit Schwartz just about, and actually, pardon me, Sven Mikkel tried to freeze, not quite there. U.S. trying to pick it out. They'll blast it out. And that brings the blank now possibly in order.
Sorry, guys. My God.
A little grizzle from John. Not too happy with that one.
Kidding.
Ja, super.
Pas derrière.
No.
It does very much bring the blank right back on the table.
Blank, ça va bien.
Oui, oui.
You want to roll this on so you don't leave the opportunity to draw right behind and an out for John Schuster. Almost rather just roll it right out than flirt with John having to play that. We look at Benoit Schwartz. Been pretty steady. His high game 89, low game 81%.
Okay. Ja, Benoit.
Benoit clears that right off the front.
Nice shot.
That has been going just an inch less. Anywhere above this is honestly just fine, but you can freeze it. Don't really want to tap it.
John no slouch himself this week.
95, even 4.
Slightly ahead of Benoit Schwartz. His low game, 84%. 94% is his high game.
That's pretty consistent and pretty consistently good.
Game he did lose, 85%.
Line's good.
Was just
It's close.
Netherlands
8-9.
made everything.
8-9.
Line's good.
Going all the way there.
Matt,
Yeah, that Dutch team,
Let's do it.
one of the
Matt.
positive surprises early in the tournament. They knocked off Scotland.
Stop. Good.
And John will come right down to that back one. Room, though, I think, to blast this one out.
Sorry about 3 feet last way. You could probably sweep it to pretty good freeze there.
Yeah. 3 feet less weight, we sweep it perfect, and they makes the perfect double kill anyway.
Blank attempt coming up for Benoit Schwartz.
Yeah, started the same, but didn't last very long.
Yeah.
So the final stone here. Make these ones go away. Big weight.
No problem.
Easily done for the 4th stone thrower for Switzerland. It remains all square. 2-2. We are through 4 ends of play in the NMAX Center in Lethbridge. Well, we traded deuces early, then 2 straight blank ends. We play the 5th end now.
Go ahead then. Heads down and go.
You leave it and go double
Switzerland, USA is our feature game. Luke Coley here with Hans Frauenlob.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, just get it a line. Close line at least.
Not quite as exciting 3rd and 4th end as we saw in the 1st and 2nd.
All right, double center it is.
So high center line guard.
It'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of a gear shift from either team as we
There is.
move into the game, and just as the words come out of the mouth, Switzerland saying, all right, not going to leave the center guard this time. We're going to try a little tick. Valentin Tanner. This stone's in the free guard zone area, so you can't remove it from play, but they do want to just nudge it off the center line and maybe leave themselves 2 corner guards.
Now, is this a play because of the where it is the long guard, or the end strategy?
I think it's kind of both, really. That guard being as high as it was as Schuster tries to sweep it to the boards, but that's not going to happen. That's a nice shot there from Valentin. So they do have those 2 corner guards. If that stone was tighter to the house, I doubt they make that play, Luke, but being as high as it was, maybe you kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Line's good. Nothing too tight, fellas. Right here.
A little short of that.
Keep going then. Head down, Chris. Oh, that's good. Good.
Stone's not going to quite, well, just touching the center line. In-turn side available for the Swiss, for the right-handed Swiss, that is.
Yeah. It's every round.
This is not one of the right-handed Swiss. This is Valentin's out-turn.
We're going to look in Canada and the Germans right next to us.
Yeah. Canada lying 3. One side of the sheet is available for Mark Muscatowicz to make the draw. He'll need a piece of the 4-foot. Germany already trailing by 2, so this is a big shot.
Well, Germany really doesn't want to lose another one. 4 losses already.
Yeah, they're in tough, though, against this Kevin Cooey foursome, who are on fire. 5-0 coming into this game.
Looks good. Looks good.
Good looking stone here from Mark. Is it going to stop in time? PJ Neufeld tries to drag it back, but it will stop in the back of the forefoot for a single point. Canada leading that one 3-2.
A 1 point game, but the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell how that one is. Canada controlling. Every time you look over, you see yellow granite.
Good. Great scrub, boys. Great scrub. Making me look good.
Matt Hamilton saying the sweepers are making him look good, and that's absolutely right. Good team shots. Matt has played a lot of mixed doubles, and he's used to making those center guard come around freezes like that. And pays off for the Americans there. Matt competes with his sister Rebecca in mixed doubles. Represented them at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games. Matt did double duty there.
5-6. Ok, chacun le fera. 5-6. Attention, balle, ouais. Ligne, ouais.
5-6.
Ouais.
Ouais.
Ah, c'est long, ouais.
Allez, allez, allez.
Ouais, ouais. Continue.
Ça pousse un peu, hein.
Ouais, ouais.
Parce que...
Allez, encore, go, ça bouge.
Right on top, lining them up right behind the center.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Let's have another look in here at Norway and the Netherlands. We've got 1, 2, 3 Dutch stones in the 8-foot. So challenging final stone here for Magnus Ramsfeld.
Easy if you can.
Mikael, du stedet må.
I'm okay with the guard.
Må køle.
Needs full forefoot. It's got a little bit of a backing stone you can use. Nudges it. And yes, they do. They get the single point, so that one is all tied up at 3. After a long look.
Sorry, boys. I'm sorry, boys.
Oh, stones accumulating right up the center line. Redstone belongs to Switzerland. Look at that. Right down the tightrope. Great shooting. Both teams.
J'espère qu'on arrive à faire le blank après, ouais.
Il fait quoi, lui, après?
Switzerland decision is, well, you just kind of keep them piling up.
If he
And
hits it, all the reds go out.
You still have 4 ups. I don't know.
Je vais faire pile.
already unlocked them.
I would not freeze.
Please cut.
Peter de Cruz comes down for a chat.
J'ai l'impression que si on est là, c'est pas si mal, mais...
Non,
C'est vrai que s'il ose là-dedans, il y a tout qui gicle, mais...
Angle's not great for the Swiss right now.
P9, c'est pas bien aussi.
C'est comme un peu...
Il joue à freeze après.
C'est pas trop mal. Moi, je dis en freeze en plein, je pense pas que c'est mieux.
Cette manière-là, c'est trop tôt.
C'est un peu tôt, je trouve ça.
Donc,
Sinon, tu fais le pile, il va remettre la garde encore une
freeze
fois.
en plein, j'aime pas trop. Parce que je trouve que ça commence à faire un bordel là. C'est lui, au bout d'un moment, il vient là, ça va nous prendre 4 pierres pour la bouger, quoi.
Bon, c'est juste qu'on a tout le 4 pieds pour mettre le juice pour l'instant.
Sinon, on tape ça, elle va sortir sa jaune là. Celle qui est en 6.
J'espère, ouais. Mais il va remettre une garde, hein.
Ok, Pila.
Finde gut. Winkel ist nicht so schlecht, oder?
Evan.
There's talk maybe of freeze, and I don't think the freeze was fond selection by the front end.
Yeah, it's make the freeze, but the angles, as I said, are horrible. If the Americans ever get the stones in motion, it's the Swiss stones that go flying out of the rings.
Non. Wow. Ouais. Ok, c'est bien.
Bien.
Just a straight peel on the center guard.
Peel that. Did they like the way their angles shaped up? They didn't.
For the out-turn, right?
The Swiss angles are terrible. And you can see by this shot choice from John Schuster, he knows that. He knows the Swiss are actually in some trouble here.
Take the out-turn at all, John?
Sure.
He'll try to keep these stones preserved as deep in the end as they can and then make the play late in the end to move the Swiss stone.
Otherwise, we're going to give him a draw the 4 for 2.
3. You want more?
No, 3?
2-3. Broom handle.
Just talking about how deep they want this guard to go.
1, 2. Just butt it up to the center line, guys.
Weight should be good.
Line should be good for it. Matt, stay down. Matt, you're up.
Line's good. Just a 2 right now.
Yep, go ahead. Yep. Hard. Hard, Matt. Curl. Whoa. Yep. All right, Chris. Beauty. Great job.
You see that change in the sweep. A lot of that coming from the mixed doubles. And actually say John Schuster, the U.S. national mixed doubles champion with Corey Christensen this year.
Yeah, people forget that early in his career, John played at the lead position, so John can sweep, unlike many of the skips here.
He was the vice skip, playing lead stones for for Pete Fenson when he won his first Olympic medal. And that's when you played against him, Hans.
I remember that one well.
I mean, it's gonna clip it, but I just don't know how much force, how much drag it's gonna get, because we did this at home, right? It didn't really drag that much, right?
So do you want to hit it on the nose?
Well, I'm just wondering, do we want to hit it at all? That's my question. No, if we're gonna hit it, I think we're gonna hit it on this side.
Problem
Well,
is,
the U.S. are
they
making up
might-
their minds. Let's have a look here at Russia-China. Once again, just another cluster of
This is
stones
the
in and around the button.
Probably get 2 runs at a double.
Looks like every time we've looked over at this
That's why
game,
I'm like, if we throw
the center
another
guard up and a pile of
and it
stones
comes
in
off
and
again
around the
in
button.
Same scenario, I think, and we might only get 1 run at a double.
Yeah.
And I just think with your ability to throw it hard and get
Looks
close
like the
to the nose,
Chinese
especially stay on
might
this
be
side of it.
lying one.
Yeah.
A
Like, I
little
think
difficult
this
to
rock
tell
should
from
go
this
out
angle.
easy, and I think that's their best chance probably.
Red
losing
Russian
this.
The
stone
6
right
definitely
behind it.
goes easy.
Yeah.
They're all right around the
This
pin.
one's going.
No, I think so too. But it just doesn't have that much drag because it's hitting it on the wrong side. We tested this like last week. It's probably going to clip it.
Yeah,
So-
I think you smash it on the angle.
Right, but I want to stay with the shooter.
Trying to
though.
keep our shooter.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, it's going to be a
an
pretty
inch
easy
high
double no matter
nose.
what. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
just
an inch high nose.
shade high.
Okay.
Intern.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
might not lose that middle yellow.
Oh, this thing's long gone. You don't think
Took
so?
that extra second in the hack just to refocus.
Okay.
线路到，
下线。
下线。
I think he's in
If the
trouble.
Chinese are lying one, they don't want to disturb it.
Knee down, knee down.
Whoa,
Oh, it looks like the Russians are lying one.
Nice solid feel, Chris.
Little tiny tap pushes the Russian stone. Well, we'll wait for them to agree on the score. It looks like it's a steal of 1 for the Russians.
1 red, so it is. So 3-1 now, Russia leading China.
My goodness. Sergei Glukov and company stealing their way into the lead.
Yep.
Well, they decide to make a play on here. Chris Plies
Hard.
want to try and hold the shooter.
Unlocks everything, and you can see why the angles were so bad for the Swiss. Swiss stones go flying out of the rings.
I think they wanted a hair higher to try and roll. Get a little
Yeah.
bit different angle here.
Chris would probably give himself about a 3 out of 4 for that one.
What's that? And I want to be on Hamilton. Perfect. So we might not lose that back yellow.
It's a good shot.
I want a beer too. Let's give me a sip.
Awkward angle for the Swiss to double him off.
Ça, intensité, c'est bien aussi.
Moi, j'aime bien ça. 10,5.
The U.S. haven't missed much in this game so far. The 2 that came was a slight mistake by Schuster.
Yeah, 3 inches deep with a draw. Gave Benoit Schwartz the double takeout.
10
Ouais, ouais, ouais.
Oui.
Vitesse bien.
Ouais. Oh.
Swiss still do have one long corner guard. They might be able to get behind cover with a long roll, but this one is just going to be right on the nose.
Yeah.
I think I want to throw normal because I think I want him to get some space, like kicking this here and probably having it go there. So,
Okay.
tempted
like
to throw
2/3?
I'm tempted to throw the out turn.
Sven
Out turn?
walks up
Throw
to
the
have a
out,
look
just
at
it'll
the
get better
angles.
action.
I'm going to listen in on
A
strategy.
little less. I'm going to throw it normal.
Okay.
You always kind of like to know what your opponent's intending to do, even if it doesn't come off.
Normal. Trying to hit like half rock, maybe 2/3 and catch them both and kind of get
And
some
John thinks he's
separation.
going to get some action on the front stone. I'm not so sure. Depends how much contact he gets on the back.
You okay with that broom, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason he's looking for a little action on the front stone, wants to get a lot of separation. Get the force.
Weight's good.
Yep. Hard. Hard, Matt. Hard, Matty. Right to it. Right to it.
Well, I don't
That's good.
hit the real spot they were thinking of as much. And
Tough to stay,
that's 2 stones clustered together.
Yeah, the way they're angled this time, if the Swiss want,
That's good, John.
they can
Yeah, I
double
think
them
so.
off and spin off themselves. And that would mean Schuster would
really
probably
tough
have
to
a draw
stay.
around the corner guard for the force, though. So I think they'd
Ça,
like
ça
to
reste
keep a
plus
stone in play if they
Sûr?
can.
Ouais, ouais. Avec toute hier.
Bon, double. Il n'y a pas le choix.
Tu veux essayer 2 tirs avec 10, essayer de rester? Je pense pas, mais.
Oui.
I think play the
Non, il faut
double.
plus vite, non. Si on touche
It's
trop
just
fort, ça
this-
va.
this
It's
no-
there, but-
Huh?
No.
I think it's just not there. Ça tout droit là.
Looks like they're going to make the double on
What
the
is
high
the ball?
side of the rock as opposed to in between the two of them. Do have to make sure you get at least 3/4 as Thomas Lips has the binoculars out as Benoit Schwartz fires this one.
Wait. Yep. Oui. Wait. Hey. Go.
Well, do they have enough to push that one out?
Boy, just got away with it.
At the top. Which one does Schuster try and draw behind to force a single point?
Now the yellow ones are double stacked.
Après, il y a 2 tirs ou quoi?
2 tiers, je pense, ouais.
And there we see that the Yellowstone wanted to hit about 3/4 on, or at least half on the outside. Caught it pretty thick. Got away with it.
First one he hit went almost straight back.
Yeah.
We had a couple go big here, yes.
Now you can see on the left-hand side of the screen,
I mean, mine went
those
pretty
2
big.
guards
I
are
was outside the edge of the button.
stacked
me
up
to
and
take one?
staggered.
No, I like this ice.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it would go.
Not sure if he's going to try and duck behind those. Hard to tell. It's going to be the
I think
turn of the outturn.
I think the outturners that they're talking in the stagger of them, that they can
Depth doesn't matter as
overbury
long as we
it.
have house, so. Yep. Last time I threw like 95, did I hear?
Yeah, I think so.
So.
It'd be the way I would choose to play it for
400.
sure.
Yeah, 95 is great for T-line.
John's last here in the 5th end, a 2-2 game.
5-6.
Okay,
He is trying to go behind the double corner.
line's good.
Careful.
Got room.
Room
Lots
now.
of room. Tons of room.
seen-
Let it grab if you can.
Just wait as long as you
14-8.
can. No, it's all there.
Wait's just past the
Okay,
T-line.
go ahead, Lance. Over
Go
to the
ahead,
stop,
Steiner.
Lance. Go ahead.
That's
Over
where
to
they
stop.
want,
You go.
just the line.
Trying to sweep it to bury it now.
Hard, keep going. Keep going. All right, good.
Shot, John.
Don't know if he got completely behind the top stone. Might be a corner available for Schwartz to pick it off.
Didn't curl at all.
Good weight.
Hard
There's a
control.
good look, a good half of the rock available for Schwartz.
Oh no.
Yeah, and the hack will probably look even more.
Fuck out.
Well, it's never as big as you want it. You'd like to have a
Yeah.
completely
I'd never
open
guessed that.
pass at the rock, but that's not going to happen. He needs to hit half on the brush side. Spill it out, get to the midpoint, even up, keep the hammer into the 6th.
So last stone trying to blank the 3rd straight end. Benoit Schwartz.
Oui. Yep. C'est ça.
And there it goes, makes contact, rolls out. All that in a 3rd straight. Blank end. 2-2 is where we stand. We are halfway through our feature game. Switzerland, USA.
And it's based on seeing their stats, we can't throw high guards first. Okay. These guys, you gotta throw
they're
tight
gonna
ones.
take
'Cause,
it.
well, he's played like something stupid like.
Well, first end and Schuster sliding just a little bit deep. Means Benoit Schwartz, a small opening. The 4-stone thrower for Switzerland makes it and makes the U.S. pay to score an early 2. But John Schuster, Team USA in the 2nd. Possible big end looming, but couldn't quite bring those back ones into play. Still has the open hit to score 2. And we are all tied
Chris, I was wondering if
at
we
2
ever tried to
each
get sneaky
after
with
3
upright.
straight blank ends.
That's why I asked if it was biting. I
We
could
sit
have probably thrown normal and
2-2.
just chisel our rock like this way and catch this one for like 4. Oh. That's why I was asking if it was biting because I think it actually.
Here's all the other scores through 5 ends, halfway through session 10. Canada leading Germany 3-2. While Norway and Switzerland 3-3 playing in 6. Netherlands with the hammer. China trailing 3-1 with the hammer in the 6th end against Russia. Of course, we're all tied. Switzerland holds on to the hammer halfway through.
And I think if we can make these shots, they will have more problems. We make at the moment we make it too easy for them, and that's why they play well. Yeah, we have to accept this, but we have it in our own hand to put more pressure on them. Yeah. Aber ist gut,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with how they played till now, having hammer now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can have a little bit of better setup.
It's been close.
Where is he?
A couple chances.
We've never really been in trouble.
No, we've controlled really well.
We've controlled the whole
The
game.
only deuce was just straight gift. I didn't think my rock was ever going to curl that far, so like.
That's why you
And
played
it curled,
that
and it curled early. We played it because we thought it was safer.
Right, because you thought you could freeze
And then it was
out.
again, we got that second half curl of the sheet and it just went off. And we had to go to get by, and then as soon as we got by.
Well, here's the numbers through 5 ends. 2-2's the score. USA overall advantage 91% to 85. Slight draw percentage advantage to Switzerland, 91 to 90. With the US hit percentage 92, while Switzerland at 80%. No stolen points, 2 early deuces, and 3 blank ends. Leaves us at a 2-2 score through 5 ends of play.
Très bien.
All the flags of the 13 nations here competing at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. We'll slide all the way down and we'll finish up with
Scotland,
Switzerland,
Sweden,
and
Switzerland.
USA.
There they are.
The 2 teams in our feature game. In behind, you see the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Well,
They're
they're
not-
the junior hockey team
They're not playing
that are sort of booted out of the arena. They're playing
Sorry,
Game 7
guys.
of a playoff series down the road here in Lethbridge tonight. Try and move on in their junior hockey league playoffs.
15 seconds, boys.
But we'll start the second half of session 10.
3.
Session 10 of 20 round robin sessions to determine the 6 teams that'll be in the playoffs.
All right, 3.
Well,
Where's
dead
Waldo
even.
up there?
If this was a baseball game, you'd say it's turned into a pitcher's duel after a quick start from both teams. 3 zeros in a row.
Look at the numbers. John Landsteiner, 90% on the game.
Careful. Careful because of the handle here.
It was interesting listening to the conversation in both team huddles between
That's
56 ends. And
It's not super tight, Chris.
as you'd
15-6 is
expect,
fine
both
where it
teams
is.
feeling pretty good about their performance.
Maybe
We're
it's
both playing pretty good.
yeah.
Both of them
That'll
think they're
watch.
pretty much controlling the game, the Americans in particular. Very close, as you'd expect. 2 teams right at the top of the standings.
Well, I'm not sure who it was. You see the numbers. Leads, great numbers. Haven't really been pushed, the Americans. They haven't really felt like they've been in trouble at any point in this game, whereas the Swiss have been on the other side a little bit. They have had some, but they've got out of it.
Yeah, Switzerland hasn't really ratcheted the pressure too much yet. They've been trying. Haven't really been getting early rocks around corner guards to really make the Americans spend a shot. Matt Hamilton's played really well. Has made a lot of good freezes to neutralize potential scoring ends for the Swiss.
Going under or high?
You got some room. Never you, Matt. Matt,
Where
you're
do you
out.
want it?
Where?
We're like around it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Should give Switzerland their
We're
due.
like top round, top 4.
Every
6.
time they've had to kind of make that late end decision and say, all right, well, we got to try and set it up for a blank. They've been able to carry it all the way through and keep the hammer. So,
I thought we were going there.
I know it wasn't.
well, we don't want it to happen. If Switzerland decided they wanted to blank 4 more ends, they would be
I didn't say
absolutely in
anything.
control of the game going into the 10th.
That's okay.
They've got the even ends now. So, statistically, the Swiss have actually got a slight advantage here.
Well, here's the decision. They come around the center. You could try and go around the corner.
Allez, fort les gars. Ligne, c'est parfait, Ben. À vous. Easy. Oh, oh, oh. Vite.
So it's Mikkel on the brushes.
C'est parfait.
Yet another one of these little corner freezes around center guards.
C'est bien, Val. Super.
Any predictions for what's next? Right there.
Bet you I'll probably see one more freeze after that, and maybe a run back.
Yep.
But all on this side of the corner, so that if play could be, you can try and run it and kick one behind the corner guard.
Stay with it though, close. No. Whoa.
Goodbye.
Lots of weight.
It's getting close. It's getting tighter here. Close. No. Yeah, wait, Chris. Wait. Yep. Go ahead now. Yep. Go ahead.
A little heavier weight than Matt Hamilton was looking for. He gets a little bit of separation this time. Not a perfect freeze.
Sorry, I wasn't in the conversation.
Pops his own a little bit out to the outside as well, so that'll help the Swiss.
OK. Avec 10,5.
Ouais.
OK. Nose.
Well, do they drag onto it?
Even? We can
Je suis
even.
pas sûr que ça la bouge
They
beaucoup,
might.
mais...
I don't think it touches the end.
On n'arrive pas, Ben, on n'arrive pas à juste rouler derrière la corner. C'est pas bien?
Bah non, tu vas tout sortir.
Ah, OK.
Tu vas sortir
Peter
juste
said,
là.
if those are lined up, why don't we
Ah,
just
c'est
go
dans
around
ce
the
sens-là,
corner
excuse.
guard?
J'avais
And
pas
Ben
compris, hein.
saying, no, they're not quite lined up.
Je crois que ça allait sortir par dessous.
Red might go across the top.
Normal.
10,5.
C'est pas quand même pas assez
Ça va être proche.
pour 10,5.
Peut-être un pad de plus.
C'est juste 10,5, je pense que c'est bien.
Peter de Cruz a little bit below his tournament average in shooting percentage.
10,5. 10. Oh, non, non, c'est bien.
Non.
Sven,
Non,
Sven.
Sven. C'est vite. Sven, what?
What?
Oui, encore.
Good look at ice level as the stones move around.
And it does make contact and push that yellow to the back.
Well, that changes things around. As Peter surveys.
And we got two in here.
We're on the center, I think.
I mean, I'm tempted to play this still soft.
Let's look at it
But
from
you
the
ever go like
overhead.
that, it's terrible, obviously.
Two stones in the back move, but the yellow American
There's
stone
almost nothing you can throw in here.
welds
that's
in
great.
behind the guards.
What do you like?
And the American stone in the back
You like
rings
this at all?
looks like it's touching as well.
You can even roll big here, Matt's fine.
It's tricky. I don't hate it though.
I was thinking like board.
Hack.
Sure. I mean, you can make this with board, but you like hack better? I'm just like, if you touch it with hack, it's never going out. I like board.
Okay.
All right, Matty.
He's talked himself back into board weight.
He did. John wanted Matt to throw board weight all along. Matt's a little bit worried about the jam, but John Schuster reassuring him that
Close.
What's up?
can make it with board weight.
Tell me if anything.
Matt at 93% on the game.
Oh, let's go.
No.
Oh, Chris.
Whoa.
It's good. It's actually fine. It's fine.
Well, over the top.
Good. That's fine.
And the big roll.
Nice shot from Hamilton.
Oh, Hammer.
Great shot.
So an exchange of stones. For Switzerland, they are facing a couple, but the corner guards open up now.
Interesting call here. Could freeze that stone on the wing. Could go around the center guard.
C'est quoi, 7?
This is the moment in the end where you look around and you say, well, blank doesn't seem very likely. Sixth end, good time to go for our deuce. The American stones are behind the tee line. Time to go for it, boys.
Je mettrai un poil moins, ouais. 7, c'est bien.
It's one of the things in curling you need to have really good instincts for when to switch from defense to offense.
10, c'est bien. Poil tight. 10, c'est bien.
J'hésitais.
Attention. Attention. Bravo.
15. Il y a une ligne
10,
bien.
c'est bien.
Ligne parfaite. 14-9.
Parfait, allez.
Ligne
Oui.
parfaite.
They like the line.
10, c'est bien.
Un tout petit peu, Arthur.
Don't want to bounce. Oh, that's just about perfect. Terrific.
Right to the face. Good team shot. Just
Je pensais pas que t'avais
to the corner.
aussi seul. Plus que les autres.
Yeah.
Moi, j'ai 9,
Really
2.
good.
Ouais.
You're missing what, like? Unless you
Americans
just
can
wanna
see
go
half, but
back
that little
line.
inside freeze, that's jamming all day. Schuster thinks he can get across the nose of it.
Similar brew.
He just threw a freeze down the center line.
Better to rub the guard though, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Than to like hit it thin and roll off.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So we talked about when would the Swiss put a little pressure on the Americans. Well, pressure's on now for Chris Pleiss.
93%. Chris, a two-time medalist in the World Juniors. 2008, won the gold World Junior title. 09, followed it up with a bronze medal.
Okay, Matt, go. Matt, go. Hard. Hard.
Now change it, try and change the angles, just get it off that one.
Unlocks the stone on the wing. So the Swiss stone remains.
A little bit hot. It's probably hack.
Corner of it available on the left-hand side as we look at it.
3/4 sur ce côté. S'il fait le double, ça jambe. Vitesse, 10, 9, 10.
13-5.
13-5.
La glace, c'est bien, là, ça.
Ouais, ouais, pas plus de glace.
Just back house weight.
Place.
3% for Mikkel. He'd rather under-curl this than over-curl on the freeze, right?
Pas du tout touché.
Yeah, you want to keep the angles positive for yourself. Keep the jams away. This one's got a lot of moving to do. Starting to go now.
La jambe, vite.
Got to be second shot, but this one's going to spill.
Go, go, go.
Do hang around for third shot, so it's not a total disaster, but not what the Swiss were looking for.
C'est OK.
Look on the overhead.
I think the
Redstone
same
is
weight,
shot. Yellowstone second shot.
Same weight.
Redstone third shot.
I mean, they're first and third.
Yep.
That's
I think a
fourth.
little
So
less, personally. That was hack. I like that
Yeah,
back
well,
line.
I think this is as good as anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a couple feet less.
What's that? You'll give me a couple. That's fine.
that same broom's probably good.
That's an inch less too. So I think it's fine.
Making a play at the Swiss shot rock around the corner guard.
Same weight.
Same weight.
Really clean, clean. Yep. Hard. Oh. Yep. Yep. Yes. Hard. 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 Go, man. Go, 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 go.
Just get it by. Just get it by.
The same weight too.
Good shot.
US
Good
lies
call.
1-2.
Way to call that one.
Fun to watch.
Speaking up, baby.
Wow.
Facile, non?
Mord le 4 pieds, c'est parfait. Comme tu veux.
Might be a thin crosshouse double, but Switzerland saying, well, we get around that center guard, we get our two that way. That crosshouse might be there late in the end, and maybe it's a shot for a three.
Mais je pense que c'est minimum classe, ça.
Non, 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 c'est juste. Moi, j'ai ça.
Un pied à couvert, c'est bien, hein?
C'est minimum, mais ça marche.
3 rocks to come for the Swiss
Petit peu plus, Pete.
here in the
Un peu
sixth
plus
end.
bien aussi.
Je joue presque 15. 14-7.
Ouais, comme ça sera pas comme inside out. Je pense qu'il faut 14-5, sûr.
Just locking in the draw weight. 14.5, says Valentin. That's the interval time split between the hog
Ligne,
lines.
c'est bien. 5, 6. 5. Ligne, c'est OK. Ligne, c'est bien. Attention. Wow. Ligne parfaite. Wow. Attention. Ligne parfaite. Toujours val. Toujours val. Oh, easy. Ligne parfaite. Mord le 4 pieds. Perds la part. 6-7. C'est moi. Mord le 4 pieds. Ouais.
Need to be shot stone. Got to get a full 8 foot to do that, and they will get it just far enough to beat shot stone.
Good brush.
C'est marrant, elle a...
If you're nitpicking, you'd say maybe another inch or two forward would have been better, but that's in a good spot.
Non?
Firm or? Oh, no. I mean, sure. Okay. Firm. Just cross it a shade, out turn.
Lots of stones in the back that this could catch playing the run back.
Yep, with that stone sitting high in the house, John Schuster says, all right, I'll just run that center stone back, but you're dead right, Luke. Jams everywhere you look. It's easy enough to get contact on the stone behind it, but getting precision on where you hit the stone behind it's a lot harder.
Whoa. Oh,
Well.
close.
88 on the game, 88 for the event. Wants this on the nose. Hair high, do they clip that and get away with the jam on the back too? And will lie 1, 2, 3.
That works. Schuster was worried this one was just going to over curl. It did a fraction, but there we can see the stones rattling around. One more look across the top of the Swiss stone. Careens into the Swiss stone in the back of the rings. Does hang around for fourth shot, but that takes away the danger of a three, that's for sure.
If he fully buries it.
No chance of a blank hand either, so Switzerland all in.
No blank?
Well, I don't know if we got maybe Shimizu or BJ Neufeld or somebody throwing it, maybe, but no chance of a blank, really.
89% for Benoit Schwartz. Played well. Skips have had it fairly open last couple ends. He's had to make a few doubles in this game.
Important shot here to set up. Sweeper's backing off it.
No. It is high as possible. Higher than 6.
Good news, he's got his button weight. Bad news, don't know if he's completely hidden. Well, we can hear John Schuster talking about the run. Well, yeah, it is pretty well hidden. And the angles are good for Switzerland as far as jams in the back go.
Yeah, just made it, right? You just made it. I can just make it again.
No, it's going to be another run.
Yeah, just nut it there.
Out turn.
Let's look in at Germany, Canada. Pretty empty looking house here. Is that stone in the back in? It looks like it might be for Kevin Cooey.
I think it is. Might be a hit for
possible hit for 3 here.
You ready to go, Matt? Because that last one kind of.
Germany just made a double just to limit what it could have been an even bigger end.
Hometown team, Kevin Cooey. Whoa. They're from this province, the province of Alberta.
Whoa. Queen.
Trying to throw a 3 on the board.
Whoa.
No problem there for Kevin Cooey. That looks like a 3-point end for the Canadians. We'll just wait for the verification if it's a 3. 2 for sure.
Meanwhile, John Schuster sticks the run back again.
Yeah, terrific shot by Schuster.
And we'll get you that one. We know it's at least 2 for Canada, but we'll get you the full update after that one on sheet B.
Well, this is the mother of all forces for the Americans. Fantastic. 10-foot run back by John Schuster. Absolutely sticks it right behind the guard, so no choice for Benoit Schwartz, but saw him draw the button on the right-hand side of our picture. Now he's going to have to draw around the left-hand side of our picture. He needs a piece of the button just to score.
So final stone here. We'll get a look at the hog-to-hog time as well for Benoit Schwartz. Well, time looks real close here on this one. Put it on the tee line, bite the button, and look at that. Ice in the veins.
As you like. Fantastic shot by Benoit Schwartz. Come to expect it. We shouldn't. That's a miraculous shot. Fantastic. Draw against 4. Mr. Cool puts his team in front. Switzerland 3, USA 2.
J'ai eu les deux, le même gog. 13-9. Genaus Glitch.
Inte force.
Pressure. Ouais. Force to 1. Oh, ils ont fait des belles pierres. Enfin, on a assez bien joué quand même. Ah ouais. Toujours close. Hein?
Merci.
Well, it took the 6-foot stick to come out, and it was in the house. So Canada gets the 3 right next door to us. They're up 6-2. Of course, Canada, one of the 2 unbeatens The other one, Switzerland, has a 1-point lead, 3-2 over the USA. Here in our feature game, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Luke Coley here with Hans Frauenlaub.
What a clutch draw by Benoit Schwartz with his last rock in the 6th. Had to hit the button against 4. And he absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, in a spot we hadn't been gone that wide on, and ended up putting in the perfect spot.
Yeah, he only had about a 1.5 rock width distance to hit to score, and he did that. And that's important for 2 reasons. First of all, obviously you don't want to drop a 4, but also gives Switzerland control of the even ends, even though they were forced to a single. The good news for them is they still do have control of the even ends. Plan for the Swiss here in the 7th will be to force the Americans right back, force the Americans to take a single. Tick shot here from John Landsteiner. Pushes the guard into the house. Nice shot. Leaves themselves a corner guard.
Very good.
C'est bien. Hein? En tout cas, 2, les gars. Ouais, continue, beaucoup plus utiliser. Yeah, gotta be able to use it. Okay.
Center guard. Let's look in at Norway and Netherlands, and we've got, well, let's see, looks like 3 Norwegian stones counting at this moment. Walter Huiskens, 4th stone thrower for the Netherlands. A bit of a violent release there.
Well, the week got off to a really good start for Netherlands. They've come back a little bit.
Sweeping for curl. Has he got contact? Oh, he feathers it. And it's a steal of 2 for Norway. Magnus Ramsfjell. Team Norway get their nose in front in this one.
Still looking for win number 1 is Norway. Stefan Wallstad in for his 2nd game. Here, Switzerland chasing after that stone by Landsteiner, and Team USA sits in between those 2 guards.
Nice shot. Great look at it. Approach with the corner guard.
Kinda.
I was thinking you could probably make with control.
Okay, if you like it. Yep, control.
If you like, if normal fits your eye better, it's fine too.
Control's good.
What
fits your eye?
What's your whispering eye? Is that control?
Yeah.
Okay.
In joke among the players, I think, just about the weight that you're throwing.
But took a second refocus before Matt Hamilton.
Control. Close. Whoa.
Close. Whoa.
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 Trying to go through the hole.
Close though.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No roll. No roll.
Oh, no problem through the hole. Now they want to try and get the roll behind. Goes out the other side.
Yeah, nice shot by Hamilton.
Whispering. Great on TV.
Oh, who cares? I'm over it. They already don't like me.
We love you, Matt.
Passe me. Oh, non. Pousse. Pousse. Allez. C'est bien. Pousse. Encore. C'est bien. Go. Continue,
This one has some curling to do. Has he got any contact at all? Yes, just, but is it enough to push it out of the rings?
Look at the spin on it. It just keeps going and going.
Wow.
And going out.
Oh, man. Moments of nervousness there for Team Switzerland.
Wonder if they'll joke because it's Peter de Cruz throwing.
And oh, it's out there. No. I hope. That's a great reaction from Peter de Cruz. Worked out.
Full top 8's fine.
Chance for the Americans to set up for their deuce. Oh, they've got
It's close.
2 guards up, chance to use them.
Okay. Steiner, a little bit. Heavy clean, Steiner, yep. Keep it running for a second.
Line's good. Right now, 5.
It's going to poke out the other side, so that's fine.
Yep. There.
Okay, just clean.
Sit.
Let her die.
Sit.
It's okay.
Sit down.
The other side is fine. We gotta catch
So hard to hide perfectly behind guards because these stones curl so much in the last few feet of the trip. There you can see it's popped out the other side, and about half of it's going to be available on the outturn side for right-handers.
And the wrong side of it coming out the open. And use the corner guard now.
Ouais, juste tac. Sur une moitié, c'est bon. OK. Deux tiers, ça fait ça.
A couple of options. There is small risk of a jam in the back ring for Sven Mikkel. Get a look at it, the stone in the back of the house. To navigate past there.
Okay,
Oh, oh, no, 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 no.
That was a no right out hand.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Quiet weight though. Should move.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
no.
Catches it thin again. Across the top of the stone in the back, and it will just hang around on the side.
So sticking around, change how John now has to hit it as opposed to the straight draw?
Well, it does. I mean, if he rolls out of the rings exactly, the Americans are just going to duck around one of the guards with a draw. With the stone in play, hard for the Americans to ignore it. So getting a hit and roll to a precise spot is harder than getting a draw to a precise spot.
It's good. Oh, close. Oh, oh, oh. Close.
Chris Pleiss.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Steiner, go ahead. Hard side. Yeah, that's fine. Whoa.
Just on the nose. Remember the game plan for the Swiss, force the Americans to take one.
Do you mind playing it that you end up giving up 2 in the end? Would you rather give up 2 than a blank?
Yeah, that's, you got 2 guards up, so if you're really wanting to press hard for the force, you can always draw on your last and take that gamble and maybe give up the 2. I think on this shot, you still try the hit and roll.
No. There's a hit. Does it roll, tuck, anything? Not quite.
Needed another half of a rock to get behind the corner guard. Pretty good pass there, though, from Sven.
Okay. You got any air or no? No.
Nope, no air at all. Corner is hidden, so it's going to be tough for the Americans to get an inside roll.
Side. Back to board.
Oh, oh. Please.
Really
Please.
close.
Close, Lance. Lance, go ahead. Hard, Lance. Hard, Lance. Keep going.
You got it, Lance.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Going to get to nose, but no more. But that does take away the inside roll from the Swiss. Good shot.
Good. Shot. I didn't want to be soft, though.
Well, getting into Skip Stone's decision, how you go about it. A 3-2 Swiss lead.
That's the key shot coming up now. Let's have a look in while we're waiting at Russia, China, and well, 2 Russian stones on the 4-foot. Chinese stone on the top 12-foot. So it's only a piece of the button available for Solskjaer. Super tough shot here. So the Russians stole the 5th and chance to steal again.
Takes his extra time there in the hack just to be prepared. Being the Chinese skip. Has him in the start to the week for them, 1-4.
Line's good. No, they misread the sweep.
Do they still get away with it?
Don't know. We'll wait for the players to confirm the score for us.
1 red there. Saw the indication the broom slammed down there. Frustration for China as they give up a steal and 4-1.
Yeah, that's a flat-out misread on the line. That shot should have been made. But it's a steal for the Russians. They're up 4-1.
Yep. It's really good.
John Schuster continuing to chase after this one on the wide side, back and forth. Got to get by.
The guard. He wrecks.
Yeah, for
There's
Rex, we
the
gotta make
miss.
that.
As they'll touch the front, and there's a miss that Switzerland now needs to take advantage of.
Up here, we probably just have to make sure we chop that in. But we're never tapping in for shot. God dang it. Oh.
It's very quick on a miss like that. Oh, we could have done this. We could have done this.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
We're gonna have to work this one.
Didn't.
And then at the Canada logo, I think we're wrecking.
Great chance for the Swiss to set up the force now.
As soon as we thought, me too, I should have just said off and make sure we chip it in. But even chipping it in doesn't do us that great.
No.
God dang it.
He knows how important even getting a blank in the end would have been.
Super bon coup de temps, hein, mais...
Switzerland, you throw it right there. Keep it parallel. Worst case, you get your force. Best case, maybe you steal.
Just bite the four, yeah. Like this one, yeah, okay. Half a rock deeper is good.
Comme ça, il est obligé de jouer le demi.
J'ai l'impression qu'ici, si tu bouges en 14 ça va pas venir. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
14.
14.
Si on est full fort, c'est déjà bien. Ouais. Il aura les 9, mais c'est bien.
John knows he's going to have to be solid on his last shot in order to score. Benoit Schwartz.
Moitié 4 pieds. 6. 5.
Non, mais je pense que c'est bien. La ligne est bien.
Ligne, c'est bien.
5, 6.
La ligne est large assez. Hein.
6.
Tout seul, 6.
Ouais.
Tout seul.
Vitesse parfait. Attention.
C'est seul, Pete.
Wow, vitesse.
C'est mieux. Hein.
Schwartz drew the lid in the 6th against 4, so he should have a pretty good idea of draw weight. It's going to be a little deep.
Alors plus fin.
Ok, c'est bien. C'est bien.
Well, it comes down top of the button. Leaves a bit of it open.
Yeah, it makes the choice for Schuster a bit more interesting now. Quickly could call for the draw.
Thin half.
Sliding deeper as a double takeout to score, but Schuster say, no, let's draw.
How much button we need?
Over like a quarter of a rock.
Okay.
Over a quarter. Have fun.
Just know exactly how much they need. He'll need T-line weight.
They just kind of cleaned it to the top side of T-line. So I think 400 is still, you guys can just place it. So.
Yeah.
Pretty similar to the shot we saw a few moments ago facing the Chinese. Only half the button available.
An inch less, Chris.
So John Schuster needs the button as his counterpart. On the other side, Benoit Schwartz did a end to go.
Line's good.
This just for a single point.
Line's good.
Hit T. Careful, careful.
Line's good.
It's great.
Your judge.
All up to the sweepers now. Landsteiner, Hamilton on the brush now. Try to get the button.
Cover the 1 foot.
And look at this, back to back. These guys are good. No problem. I need a little bit. I'll put all of it on the button. John Schuster ties this game up again. And we are through 7, 3-3 the score.
Matt Hamilton in charge of the distance. He judges it perfectly. Terrific shot from both skips. Back-to-back ends. This one looks like we're heading for a fantastic finish.
401. 14-3.
Just a little bit of a positivity. Not a ton. Great read, fellas. I don't draw it like.
Back inside the NMAX Center, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Some great shot making back and forth. Both these teams near the top of the standings. And it's been a while since either Switzerland or the U.S. have won a world men's title. Switzerland was back in 1992. While for U.S. it's even longer, 1978.
Both of these teams with legitimate aspirations this week.
Both medalists from the Olympic Winter Games a year ago. As we see, look at the numbers from the leads. 93 for Tanner, 91 for Landsteiner.
Really high quality play from both lead players.
Any surprised?
No. These guys are good.
Ligne, c'est bien. Ligne parfaite. Devant le go là. Ok. Très bien, Val. Super.
Corner guard up. As we creep nearer to the end of the game, we're in the 8th end now. Control of the even ends becomes even more important.
Okay, right off then.
Right off. What a grind up.
Switzerland will absolutely want to score here. Flight plan for Team Switzerland. Use that corner guard and get a deuce.
Well,
USA knows it's an important hit as well, so they're stacking up the center guards to try and get the force.
How big was that miss by John Schuster last end, wrecking on the guard?
Yeah, it was big. It really did generate the force. The Americans definitely didn't want a single point in the 7th. That's what the Swiss wanted it to be. And so that gave the Americans, took away their chance to control it a bit. So this one is very evenly poised, but slightest advantage for Team Switzerland. Now they are trying to use this corner guard, leaving it high in the rings, fully buried. Nice shot. Now we see where the 5 rock free guard zone comes into play. This is rock number 5. Last year, if he'd chosen, John Schuster would have been able to maybe run back that corner or peel it, but can't do that now.
Dog, got enough ice for me?
Yeah. Inch or 2 more than mine.
And that does bring an extra dimension into the second stone position. Now you're playing much more of these touch shots than perhaps you might have been playing in the late ends last year.
Off, Chris.
Yeah, different where you can't put the Scott Pfeiffer, the Mark Kennedys in the middle of the lineup and just
the Master Blasters.
Not that they couldn't throw the draw shot, but
yeah,
they could throw the hits as well as anyone.
Oh, right where it's up. Attaboy, Matty. Beauty.
Very nice touch there from Matt Hamilton. Now the free guard zone part is over, and Matt Hamilton having a blinder 93% with a big edge over Peter DeCruz this afternoon.
And that's sort of where it shifts because the U.S. has controlled most of the game.
They have. Matt's had a really nice game, no doubt about that. Peter is capable. He set up an end a few ends ago with a terrific freeze. Trying a double clear here.
Trying to get both.
Makes the double clear, pushes the corner guard away, but the outside stone still partly carried and hidden.
I mean, I like
Leaves the center guard, but it's much higher.
I kind of like it.
Go back in here again.
You want to ask him?
You don't like anything here, do you?
Do we ever play this?
Yeah, we can totally do that and run it. You
If
like
you
normal?
like it, yeah, normal.
Okay, that should roll it. Probably good.
Okay, if they give you stuff that you make the roll.
Other players on Team USA worried about that corner guard.
Yep.
Yep, yep. Hard! Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa!
Close, trying to make the hit.
Whoa! Whoa!
He rolled that one in.
That's still. Oh boy.
Yeah, nice shot from Hamilton.
Thing is, they're throwing the right weight. Sometimes you overthrow those runbacks. Slide over and see Norway, Netherlands, 5-3, Norway leading.
Well, 3 Norwegian stones in the rings as this Norwegian foursome tries to get their first victory. Netherlands, Wouter Huiskens with a tough final stone here. The Dutch have been giant killers this week. They're in tough this afternoon against the Norwegians. Good looking line for Reuter on this one. Needs a little inside flop, gets it. That's a single point for the Dutch. Norway leading that one 5-4.
Getting closer on sheet C, a 1-point game. Keep you up to date. Germany, Canada. Germany trying to inch closer against Canada.
All right, well, we got one German stone in the forefoot, so chance here for Mark Muscatewicz. Maybe get a pair.
He's had some struggles in this one, made some big shots though. Canada leading by 4 to cut it in half.
It's heavy.
Gotta go line. Hard line.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, they managed to wiggle it in there. Is it going to hang around? Yes, no problem there. It's a pair for the Germans. That one is now 6-4 for Canada.
So 3 ends remaining in that game.
A great little hidden inside roll by the Swiss. And there you can see it's well protected now, front forefoot.
Yeah. I think this is a great shot, Chris.
Well, Matt Hamilton likes
It's
it.
easier to get the line right. You can get almost the same place. Just freeze, Chris.
4-0. Yeah, I think you're 4-0, 95-4-0.
Well, it is Switzerland with the hammer here. This is the 8th end.
Yeah, a deuce would not be fatal for the Americans, but it would leave them scrambling a little bit.
Very close.
Changes entirely how you play the 9th end.
Both teams really want to score here in this 8th end.
Totally. 8th end's the one you want.
Line's good. Go ahead, Matt. You need to. Hard.
Wait here.
Whoa. Steiner, go ahead.
Oh, nice stone here from Pleiss. That's a beauty. Great shot.
And Chris is playing well. He's just locked in.
Yeah, he is in his zone this afternoon. There is no doubt.
Idea, Matt. Thanks.
And the thing that I like the way it's going is we see, look at the numbers there. Sven Mikkel, a good game, but not quite. Chris Pleiss at 91%. All this strategic play around the 8th to the 9th to the 10th end. That chess game on ice, as it's always called, but it really comes in, not even the shots, it's the outcome of the end. Do we take one? Do we blank? Do we try 2?
Every shot, it's a recalculation of the odds. Where do we go from here?
And the more games with the 5-rock rule, the more analytics are coming in, percentages.
Short sweeping for Curl, trying to get contact and push that stone deep in the rings, free up the scoring zone. They'd love to roll it out. It will hang around. Unlocks the top one.
So the score is session 10. We're still tied on sheet A, while Canada leading 6-4 over Germany. 5-4, Netherlands trailing Norway. Norway looking for win number 1, while Russia's still on top against China 4-1 in the 8th over on sheet D.
After that terrific corner freeze, now the Americans get the chance to pop the Swiss stone out of their lie 3, and that would set up the force.
Whoa. Steiner, you're going to have to go here. Wait for as long as you can, though. Go ahead, Steiner, go.
There it goes.
Hard.
Make a move.
Hard.
They want to push the Swiss stone completely out of the rings.
Go all the way.
Hamilton trying to get it out of there.
Keep it going. The encouragement from Schuster.
And just enough to push it out of the rings.
Is it out counting that one?
Even if it is just hanging on, that yellow one out counts it.
It does.
I'm seeing stars, but I got it out.
Where Pleiss rolled, there is a chance for the Swiss to make a double takeout if they're inclined. Hit and roll inside if they're inclined. Might get some action on towards the back as well. There's a good look from the delivery end. Some urgency in Sven's voice. Need to get both, but he's only going to get one.
Sits in front, still the U.S. lying 1. 8th end, important end to score. Right now, the U.S. has that all-important shot stone.
How tight do we want
this does now commit the Swiss to scoring.
Unless you ever go here.
I don't think so.
You still give him this shot.
Well, it's fine, but he has to do it and leave it open. Like, I mean, if I get it to here decently good.
Like a timeout?
The number Switzerland does not want is 1.
Honestly,
I like just the guard.
I think it's just the guard.
All right. So we got to make sure we're dead in front of the rock. And I want to be like a 3. I think just
Matt
outside
seems to be
middle.
the sway vote.
So we take away a little bit of the inside.
Right. Well, I mean, we have to cover the whole red. We have to leave him the run. We have no choice. So we'll let him run it, because then I get to draw the button.
Right.
So,
right.
Well, Schuster feeling pretty good about his ability to draw the button after the last end.
Take the run away too here.
Yeah, you could.
You only see half of it.
Yeah, if you get
Do we
just
think
a
he can dig
corner
us out and stay right now around the intern side? I don't think so. They're too close to our rock.
Tricky.
Okay. All right. Guard
Maybe.
It. Guard it. Fine. Throw you 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a guard.
Really soft.
Two,
Fine.
three.
Stay with it.
So we'll guard it. I'll give Ben the run back. Even if he makes it, I'll go around and draw the
I
button.
might need you to go at the end on this.
Let her die,
We'll take a
fellas.
look in at Russia
Leave it
and
high,
China.
Yeah.
Four Russian stones on the
You might want to tuck
rings.
the
It looks
edge.
like every time we've looked
Yep,
into this
yep, yep,
game,
yep, 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 yep,
Sol
yep,
Xiao
yep.
has got a near impossible shot. That's a Chinese stone actually in the
Pretty
front
good,
ring,
John.
so it's a run back.
They're just haven't been able to get things set up so far in this game.
Nice guard by Schuster. That run back is not there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The red run back, that is.
Whoa. Whoa.
Sol trying to run this stone straight back to score.
And go right through the hole.
No, that's a steal of 3 for Russia, and that puts them ahead 7-1 now. And I think China's had enough. Yes, they're going to concede defeat, so Russia gets a victory. 7-1 winners over China.
So Russia gets win number 2. China drops their 5th game. Convincing 7-1 win for the Russian side.
Switzerland has called timeout.
My discussion at the other end, honestly,
Oui,
No.
Finale, mon chapeau. C'était exactement.
But that works.
It definitely works.
Yeah.
The question is that do we keep it for the last one and we try this? We try exactly nose and stick it here. And at least this is a bit closer.
So far away.
Pete, I think, you know, if you make one in this end, that must be main goal.
Yeah, I
main
agree.
goal. So if you have enough space for
The
this
thing
one,
is that you move this, he goes here,
yeah,
shoots
then it shoots
Moi,
them.
j'aime bien jouer ça, mais je crois que je vois pas tout. Hein. C'est vraiment dur, ça.
La garde, c'est tellement loin.
Si tu fais ça, faudrait 11.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
11 exactement.
On peut jouer ça.
Je crois que c'est peut-être le bon call, ça.
C'est probablement plus facile.
Ouais. Attention,
Mais
prends
il faut
exactement
vraiment
là.
un stick dessus. Si tu la fais rouler,
Yeah, yeah.
il fait le 1-up, je pense.
Avec 11, ça va pas rouler
Pile
beaucoup.
nose. Si c'est possible.
11 nose.
Ouais. I think this is probably the right call.
On fait ça.
First one,
If we take this, he goes here.
yeah. As long as we make one, yeah. And maybe you
c'est
get
clair.
another chance with the second one.
C'est quoi, c'est le bord du R, un peu plus? Non, le bord
11
du R.
pour 11. Elle est assez haute, hein?
Ouais,
Moi, j'aurais dit ça avec 11.
Pas mal, ouais.
No.
Je mettrais pas plus. Faut
Yeah.
passer proche de ça après.
No. Yeah.
Coach Thomas Lips saying the most important thing in this end, as long as we score, guys.
Okay.
So did you get the combination
There
of
were-
French, German,
Yeah,
and
we have
English?
French, German, and English going on there. And what I could take out of that was Thomas wants them to score. Peter says we can make a play on the stone on the 4-foot, but if we roll away, John's going to draw around. It might be better. So this may be the easier shot, even though it's a really difficult shot. Double raise, push yellow onto red, onto yellow.
Oh, trying to throw this one to the sweepers.
Trying to hold the line.
Try and run this one back. Close, touch it, and just moves it closer to the right on the button.
Oh dear.
It's not what they wanted to do.
Oh dear. Now the Americans with a chance to lock it up. That one just a little bit quiet.
You gotta just put it up here.
I mean, that or here.
Well, we can't leave them the
Look at
edges,
the
that's all. We have
For
to
a
take
stone
this
comparison,
half the
Schwartz
edge
at
of it.
92.
Yeah, I mean, give him this.
Drop a little bit after that, but
Yeah,
Schuster
yeah,
at
you're
84.
right. You're right.
Both
I just-
playing.
I'm confused as
Quite
how
well.
to get here. That's just, I mean, I think this gets us there. Like to side, that should get us like to here. Like this line. I just have to be between these two rocks, right?
Honestly, I
Stone
think
just
even if
delivered
you're
by
here-
Schwartz has curled
Yeah,
enough that I don't think
there a
that there's
hole
a
there?
double
Yeah,
raise
there's-
red to get to the button.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Probably not, no. So give me 2/3 of the way into
Might
the
be,
12.
but they would really have to squeak the guards.
Got
Take
it.
huge risk.
Take away that right-hand port.
This is the easier shot. You got to defend this one.
Okay.
think
Yeah,
so?
yeah.
He wants it
We
right
got you,
there.
Chris. Just an inch less than you just have. Okay. You like that okay?
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
All right.
Switzerland will have a shot, but it's going to be a pretty difficult one.
Two.
Okay,
Okay,
Lance. Okay, line's fine. Whoa.
Gotta plug the hole.
Two. Line's good. Always lands. Two. Always lands.
I think it's deeper than
Still
two, though.
Two right off.
Clean Lance.
Sounded like it might be over curling.
Yep, Chris is worried about it over curling.
Stop.
Telling the sweepers not to sweep, please. Don't
Stop.
sweep, guys.
Good
Please
job.
stop curling, they're saying.
Good.
Please stop curling.
Good.
Well, have they left a hole? Can you sneak one through there? Push the American stone back. I'll tell you what, the way
There's
it curls, and John, his expression tells us, he thinks he's left Benoit Schwartz.
There's definitely
A
a hole.
chance.
It's whether they can get to that one.
They only have to push it 2 feet.
Hyper dur.
Joue un peu rond.
Touch overburied 3/4.
It's there.
Plus.
Tu sais pas, je vais juste vite passer dans le trou et on la pousse là?
Mais je pense pas que ça marche, Peter.
Si. Sûr.
Moi, j'aime bien jouer normalement.
Tu peux faire ça pour son confiance au trou là. Tu joues
Thomas,
ça.
Andreas, and Claudio on the bench, arms folded.
Non, parce que c'est plus court. C'est plus court et elle tombe plus curlée, c'est juste ça.
Et j'aime pas ce shot. C'est tout.
Ok, d'accord.
Ça, c'est sûr, c'est pas possible.
The decision here is a simple one. You're going through that port.
Le trou, c'est exactement une pierre. C'est la même difficulté.
Vitesse,
Do
tu
you
joues
play
back gate.
Ouais.
Is more or less a straight draw, content to take your point, or do you step up the weight 3 or 4 feet, try to push the yellow back to score 2?
You have to move it a little bit in order to score.
Exactly. That's my thought too, Luke. You're going to have to push the rock to score anyways. If you have to push the rock to score, might as well add 3 feet and try to score 2.
Well, the big thing, get through the port, then they'll have to sweep, try and get that late finish because it's over buried of that guard that was just played.
It will absolutely finish with back 4, back 8 weight.
Benoit Schwartz, final stone of the 8th end. Right now, shot stone for Team USA. First, get through that port.
Ça touche déjà.
Got to get through. They're through. But will they touch it?
No.
Just a little too much weight.
Yeah.
And it is a steal of 1, a huge steal of 1 in the even ends. The 8th end, a steal by Team USA, and a 4-3 lead. Watch this get through the hole again.
The line was great, but as Luke said, the weight just about 6 feet too heavy. Needed to be about back 8 foot weight. That was more closer to hack. And Benoit says, oh, had a chance, didn't make it. Big steal for the Americans.
Still have the hammer. Switzerland, but they're down 4-3 now.
You like going double centers or?
Good afternoon, crowd here for session 10. And Switzerland USA has been an entertaining affair. Luke Gola here with Hans Brauenlaub. And a lot of fun. Just Benoit Schwartz made it through the port.
Yeah.
Just overthrown.
Yeah, had to throw enough weight to push the stone, but you know, had to be so precise. Needed, back 8 back 12-foot
like
weight,
no
and it
clean
was
even, honestly.
about 6 feet heavy. Stayed that much straighter.
Last 3 feet, then go ahead.
USA with a huge steal, gets them in front, gives them control of the even
By
ends.
3, I meant last 3 meters. Good, good.
All right, John switching to metric.
Make up your mind.
Center line guard. Switzerland will see how hard they go for their 2. Obviously a blank, they wouldn't mind. They don't want to just take 1 here.
Yeah, this is always the challenging decision now when you're in this situation like Switzerland is. Ordinarily, you're pretty happy to score a 2 and come home 1 up without, but in the 5 rock free guard zone rule, getting a deuce is much easier. So we're seeing a lot of teams now in this situation playing the 9th end conservatively and hoping to blank it. Keep the hammer themselves 1 down into the 10th.
It almost raises the question, in this scenario, would you rather go up the steel, go 2 down with the hammer playing the 10th end?
Well, we've seen teams do that. We've seen teams throw away points to try and keep themselves into that situation.
Need help?
I haven't got to that point yet, but
no,
it would
we haven't.
You got it.
Depends how confident you feel about your ability to score with last rock versus how confident you are in being able to force your opponent defensively. 2 corner or center guards stacked up for the Americans now. They're doing everything they can to get the force. This is fascinating. It's still pretty fascinating early days in the 5 rock free guard zone rule, and teams are still figuring it out a little bit. What's the best way to set it up for the end game?
Well, looking to get right around will lie too early in this 9th end.
That's a pretty nice shot.
Take
Let's have a look at Norway, Netherlands. Sorry, Luke. We've got 1 Norwegian stone on the 4-foot. Stefan Wallstedt holding the brush for Magnus Ramsfjell.
This gets a second.
Wallstedt has come into the lineup mid-tournament here to bring maybe a bit of steadying veteran influence to this very young Norwegian team, junior age curlers. But they won the Norwegian championships to legitimately earn the right to be here. And this stone, oh, great brush by Team Norway. They needed all of it. That's a pair. That puts them up 7-4.
Yeah, Horstadter gets right in behind there. Not big in stature,
No.
but solid, strong brusher.
Give it everything you got. Little tap. Not a perfect corner freeze. It pops aside, and Matt Hamilton knows, yeah, that wasn't great.
It doesn't take much to change the outlook of the end. May get a little tap the wrong way.
6 inches of weight turns, goes from a great shot to an ordinary shot. And that's the standard that these teams are playing at. Such fine tolerances.
Vitesse. Tous. Attention. Ouais. 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 Allez, Sven. Go, 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 go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Little inside
Wow.
flop.
Avoid the jam.
Nice. Clutch stone there from Peter de Cruz. Now those double guards, the Americans, they set up to try and generate the force, are all of a sudden now their own enemy.
Yeah, you don't want to go all out for the force and end up giving up 4.
Yeah, actually, we can push that to a box. Matt, throw the same way you just did. We get this going. Yeah. That's fine. Yep. Throw me a 7 again, Matt. We'll try to move this over.
This is getting intriguing now.
Maybe even like 8.
Just see that little heaviness from Hamilton on the last.
What else do you like? A double run?
Little inside
Natural
flop.
back 8.
I mean,
it keeps us from giving up.
Lined up.
Natural back 4.
call timeout.
Matt Hamilton is not
Is the double
happy
run
with the
any better?
situation.
No.
He wants to clear the front.
We're going to need those. Make it.
Matt says, I don't want him. I don't want to throw this shot. That's not a great mindset to be in.
Yeah, and your skip just says, just make it.
Just throw this, make it.
He's been making it all day, though. That's
Yeah,
the
he
thing
has.
that's reassuring the confidence.
Close.
Whoa. Steiner.
Steiner, go ahead. Nope. Yep, go ahead.
Steiner.
It's good, Chris.
Steiner.
Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good.
Got a piece.
Just chips it a little bit.
That improves the situation for the Americans, at least creates a double takeout. Switzerland, though, still with a chance here to get a 2 and maybe more. Intriguing ninth end. Cedar de Cruz after the terrific little hit and flop, trying a corner freeze on his own stone.
5.
5, 7, 5, 6, oui.
Non, juste 5.
Vitesse parfait.
Attention, Val.
Ça.
Ouais.
Ligne, oui. Pousse. Pas mal. Fort ligne, fort ligne, fort ligne. Freeze.
Ouais, ouais. Pousse, pousse, pousse.
Gotta get by that center guard. Ooh, they squeak it by.
Ah ouais, mais c'est...
Don't want a big bounce. They get a little one. That's a nice shot.
Je pense que c'est l'alternative qu'on appelle le drôle là, du coup, c'est...
Valentin Tanner. Big sweep to get it by that guard. He knew how important that was. Watch this. Valentin on the inside. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Ooh, get it by. Nice job. Great job. Double takeout still there, but Swiss stone right in front of
they
it.
get rid of it one shot, but then it is stuck for a shot.
And then you can kind of play your angles in it.
What does he do?
They're going to tap it around. We're going to be playing again with... We're playing with fire already, but...
Yes, you
Can
are.
I hit this high enough to move this over?
I think you can hit this. I think you can, actually. I think you can actually move this over. I think if you hit like 2/3, you might catch the top of this.
I think if you play it tight, this could easily go off underside anyway. Just play it tight to the guards.
I think we play it an inch inside here.
If we could ever move this over, that's great.
It will. Chris, if your rock goes by 2 inches here, I think we're good.
Okay.
And I don't think it'd be nice to touch this first, so this doesn't kill that too.
Okay.
Don't think you want to thin the top stone. You could always clip it on an angle to the left, jam it on the yellow, and just leave an open hit to live 4 for the Swiss. Yeah. So they have to navigate past that stone on the 8. John Landsteiner just waiting for something to happen.
Well, the other 3 so vocal and include John. You know what? We don't need a 4th voice.
Yeah.
But
enough opinions there.
I like the way John handles it. He just keeps trying to build up his teammates. Chris, you got it. You're going to make this sort of. You'll get this right here. We'll get by. We'll be all good. Just reassure this is what they want. But you got to get by first. Get by.
Well, they did clip and there's the jam that I was talking about.
That was the worry.
Bad luck. Inch less.
Yeah. I can't believe that wreck.
Yeah. God, if that gets by, it's perfect.
I think it's great, yeah. Sorry, buddy. I guess we swept it out of your hand. Not enough ice. I thought you could have been too.
They needed a little bit wider.
Well, at least now that one's
Don't want to say I called it, Luke, but I called it.
And they have nothing.
Switzerland has to take advantage now.
They got a real good opportunity, not just for 2, but for a big end.
Yeah. This is your chance to win the game if you're Switzerland.
Right on the nose, little roll underneath, live 4.
It's pretty good.
John was talking about playing with fire.
Yeah.
Be careful, there's diesel around.
Yeah, the flames are licking up the edges of the building right now. I think Sven would have loved a little bit more of an inside roll, but it's still pretty good.
Well, except for your shooter's gone, and they get to go right back in here again.
Yeah.
Set up to jam.
I'm thinking that your shooter might not hurt us right here.
I mean, I'd rather make sure we kill.
Might be better than killing something, honestly.
I mean, normal.
So maybe control.
If you get close. I like normal. If you like
normal.
it.
Even if you're here and stay for shots.
We'll look in. Again, Canada, Germany. Germany giving Canada a good fight here today.
Yes, they are. We see Redstone belongs to Germany. Hard to tell who's shot in the back 4 foot.
Yeah, if you know
Looks like
it does.
Maybe just the yellow one belonging to Canada.
Normal.
BJ Neufeld having another look at it. There's a great look. Looks like yellow's shot. Sorry. Shot for 2 here, perhaps.
Kui gets ready. We'll just see the one here.
Rex.
USA touches the guard.
Trouble, trouble, trouble. Switzerland with kind of an embarrassment of riches. A good news for the Americans, at least it opens up a path into the shot rocks a little bit, but all kinds of danger for the Americans now.
So now Kui figured he can nose this and get his 2 that way.
Gotta go. Hard. Hard.
Well, he's going to spill, so it's only going to be a single for the Canadians. 1. Canada leads that one 7-4. Germany staying alive.
So 7-4 after 9 ends of play. Germany needs the 3 in the 10th.
Yep. 5 rock free guard zone. Look. That one's not over.
Ouais, exact. Max, ouais.
Schuster shaking his head, wondering how this end's gotten away from him.
Made an interesting comment about ice changing, is curling a bit more. I caught that.
Well,
just in that slide path where it catches a little bit.
Can do late in the game. A lot of slides up and down up the middle of the ice. Does change the ice conditions a little bit. But really, it's just been good execution by the Swiss and a little bit of less than perfect execution by the Americans. And that's what it's been like all afternoon. Both teams have played really, really well so far.
Switzerland picked a good end to make everything so far.
Yep.
So high 5.
Line 5. There's some smiles. We haven't seen many smiles on the expression of De Cruz and Schwartz this afternoon, but this end's not over yet, but they're in a pretty good spot.
Rolling under the center.
I'd say I'd rather be us than them right now.
I think you can too.
I think I could probably make it firm, honestly. I don't know if this goes out all the way.
And then we might have this with your last.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Gotta get rid of something.
I peel, don't I?
Shade low nose.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing the roll under, essentially.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, nose, they're going to have to deal with our shot, too. So.
Yeah.
Important you hold the shooter.
Oh, I need a little more than that, buddy.
Well, John is now thinking I gotta get rid of a couple.
I still want a little more. Yep.
Whoa.
A little inside out on the release.
Whoa, Lance,
go the other way.
Lance.
Now they're going plan B. It jams. They kind of, no, that one's going to stick around, so Switzerland's still lying 4. He was wide on that.
And lose their shooter, trying to maybe slash it.
He was trying to get to nose, but he was wide on release. Came underneath it. A little inside out. Stayed out. Jammed.
If he peels on. What does he have?
Well, it's a good-looking end for Switzerland here in the 9th. So we have another final. It is a 10-4 win. Norway is in the win column with that one. They are now 1-5. They knock off Netherlands 10-4 here in session 10.
Yeah, smiles tell you everything.
A relief.
And I like this call. This is the only stone that could potentially take the Swiss out of the end, that long center guard.
So peel it. You'll remain lying a bundle.
Yep.
And what is the U.S.?
Okay,
what's their
John, what you gonna do? You gonna double it off? Give us 3.
Try and freeze and basically play the game right now.
Fine, but that is fine as well. But it has. I mean, I have to be. This has to be dead.
Game shot.
It is what it is.
Okay, Simon, you see that?
Unless we think that this goes like this and makes this last one tougher. You know what I mean? It catches like backside here. It makes this last.
I think I really like that freeze, John.
I know, I understand. I'm just saying, unless this actually works to go here and makes their last one tougher. No, let's freeze.
It will be the freeze. And this is absolutely the game shot.
Give me just an inch outside middle.
Make it real good. You could still give up 3.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you could give up 3.
What's that?
Give up 2.
Not a big,
You're at least going to give up 1.
We can't tap it, but the line has to stay perfect too, so it's kind of a.
But if you make it, then you force the draw for the second point.
And you would be forcing a draw full 4-foot.
Right.
95-4 out here?
Yeah, 400.
Okay.
95.
So John Schuster
We're there right now.
had a good game. 89%. His team just picked
Sweepers
poor
think
end
it's a
to
little
miss
bit
a couple
heavy.
shots.
Pretty close.
Where?
Got a lot of curling to do.
It's close. No, it's good.
Now we have to wait.
Got a ton of curling to do. Line's no good.
They don't like the line.
Got a puke.
Already still about to.
Making a move now.
Stop. Sit.
Does not want to bounce at all.
But it
And
does.
There is a hole.
I didn't. I took the brooms out of your hands. It's terrible.
Well, John criticizing himself there, saying, I threw it too hard, didn't give you guys a chance to sweep it.
No, I'm not
Landsteiner and Hamilton could only watch as this stone fractionally heavy.
And that's the honesty with John is, you know
I thought it
what?
was going to come down.
That's
He'll
on
take
me.
the blame when
Yep.
he needs.
Yeah.
But he'll pass the credit on to everyone else when he makes the shots.
So, chance for Switzerland to effectively win the game right here.
Looking at opportunity for 5. Make it go away. Benoit Schwartz, what an end for Switzerland. Now it needs to cap it off. Gave up the steal, and this would be quite the bounce back end. And we'll pick it out. Get 4. So that will keep the U.S. with a chance. The score of 4 means it's a 3-point game. 7-4. Switzerland leads now. What a 9th end for Switzerland.
Une sur le bouton, puis on essaie le tic.
Oui. Pas plus.
The 4 definitely jumps out. 9th end.
Yeah.
4 comes on the board here at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Switzerland, USA, 2 teams have great success the last few years in the world of curling. And now the 10th end. US just mistakes in an aggressive strategy. It will bite you. And it did just there.
USA stacked the double guards in the effort to force the 9th end, but Switzerland with some fantastic inside hit and rolls by both Peter de Cruz and Sven Mikkel. Small mistakes from Pleiss and from Hamilton, and all of a sudden, bang.
Yeah, I'll correct myself. It was some struggles by the U.S., but Switzerland played
an outstanding
end. The only one they really missed was Schwartz's last, but he played it safe.
Yeah.
To make sure that you get rid of it.
4's pretty good.
Score your 4.
5 would have been great. Probably ended the game. 4, 3 up coming home. You're feeling pretty good about your chances. It's not done yet.
Good. Start, Lancer.
USA needing 2 guards to survive.
What? John Schuster on that one, admittedly saying, "I'm sorry, guys, I took it out of your hands." That's the thing. Some people will take that the wrong way, but you got to love it that it's. He's going to say it. He's going to take the blame right away.
John owns it, but I mean, the shot that he was facing, Luke, he had to make a perfect freeze, and even if he makes that perfect freeze, Switzerland is still probably scoring a pair, at least. So even though he's critical of himself, the shot that he had to make because of the execution in front of him was a super high degree of difficulty shot. And speaking of super high degree of difficulty shots, here is the outside in tick, and that is absolutely perfect. That's a game-winning shot for Team Switzerland. Terrific.
Seeing that, not as much as the center line tick from teams, but you chip that one in, they can hit it on their next, and that's why you see Team USA guarding it up.
No guards for Team USA.
Just a 2. Hard.
Switzerland trying to chip those stones in the rings. As Luke said, that takes them out of the free guard zone. makes them hittable, either now or later in the end.
What'd you have there?
And that's a very long guard, so Benoit Schwartz says, okay. Peter de Cruz says, hack weight. I can see enough of it to make a pass at the stone in the rings. Great look at it there. Good quarter of the rock available. Still a very delicate shot for de Cruz. A little inside out with that release as well. Safely by the corner guard. Good looking shot here. Want to get this as deep in the house as they can. The Americans might still be able to freeze and use that shot.
They'll try and use everything here to try and score 3 to tie it up.
You are clinging to hope, and Matt Hamilton quickly out of the hack. Americans quite tight on time.
Haven't used their timeout though, so they still have that.
That's true.
Got a lot of grilling to do too. Just let her die. Ooh, right off.
You can hear the resignation in the voice of John Schuster. And there we get a look at the time clock. 2:09 left for the Americans.
Well, had to get something in behind. You're gonna have to get a few behind that corner.
Right, and no prizes here for guessing what the Swiss are going to do now. Free guard zone part of the end is over. Now they can rip corners with abandon. Still need to execute if you're Switzerland. One miss and the Americans could be back in it. Nicely done by Peter de Cruz. That's his task done for the end. 2 beauties from Tanner, 2 beauties from de Cruz. Matt Hamilton wasting no time.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, go ahead then.
Easy. Look.
Remember, the Americans have to score 3 just to force an extra end.
Yeah, be a nice tight 3 with it. Go ahead, Lance.
We're tight to that.
That's
There.
fine.
Line's okay. Line's good.
Yep. Good. Attaboy. Good.
This one's going to creep near to the rings.
No, it's a guard. It protects it, forces them to remove it.
Yeah. Swiss will just, as long as they can eliminate 1 stone with every shot from here on out, they're going to win the game. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
There's one of those stones that could be frozen too.
Well, it actually helps the Americans a little bit. It brings the stones in the 12-foot more into play.
Yeah, 8, 9, 90.
Still a tall order. Chris Pleiss, even if he freezes the back, the Swiss will hit the open stone.
Line's good. Tapping.
It's fine. It's got line critical here. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Line's good.
Stay with it.
Stay close, Lance.
Yep.
Tapping.
Whoa.
Tapping.
Yep, Lance. Whoa.
Tapping.
Hamilton saying the weight's a little heavy.
Whoa.
Pretty good. Nice shot. Couldn't do much better than that, Chris Pleiss. Nice stone.
Yeah, I know the 4 went up there, but the U.S., that was the only time they've got themselves in trouble this game.
Yeah, but against a team of this quality, that's all it takes. Sven Mikkel throwing a missile.
Let's get rid of that one as we see another final, another Canadian win. So they stay unbeaten, 7-4. They beat Germany. Canada 6-0 now. Germany 1-5. Switzerland here will try and keep pace with the Canadians.
Yeah. John Schuster saying, I think we got to be in on this one, Chris. He can count. He says we got to score 3 here. You could guard, but then that puts everything on the 2 stones of John Schuster. You're hoping for a mistake.
Need it to be dead in front of it too, so let her go.
Sit.
That's fine.
You know your opponent's going to hit.
Attaboy.
What you're hoping for if you're Team USA is a nose hit, straight back, jam. Chris Pleiss doing what he can.
I just got to make one more.
Stuff it.
Asking for it to have a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Chris Pleiss 88% on the game. The lone game left out on the ice. Missed the lone game of the day for the U.S. Switzerland back on tonight. And there'll be no stuffing of this one. It'll go over the top.
Great shot. Down to Skip's rocks now, and the Americans need all of them.
Chris, I got 14,
It's going to be freeze the freeze for Team USA.
I think that was your, oh, that was your last one. Sorry. Scratch that.
Forget what I said. Peter DeCruz saying, yep, all right.
The dead freeze is bad boy.
Dead freeze,
Dead
yep.
nose.
That's the call. Sit it right on top, just like Chris's.
90, 95?
Yep, what they've been throwing.
Okay. That's everything.
Needs perfect line and perfect weight.
Last time on that freeze.
I mean, it was a big pop. I had 93 last time.
All right.
Well, he's going to try and throw this one to his sweepers this time.
Yeah. Still weighing in the back of his mind that stone on the previous end.
Right off.
I like it.
Got some curling to
Close,
do.
really close.
Feels like it's there to me. A lot of curling to
Keep
do.
an interval on this one for you.
Oh,
We're
that's okay, I think.
in the late going up the slide path. Probably looking something about the 14 range. He has to go all the way to the back.
Weight's great.
It's not thrown to T-line, it's thrown to the back
Well,
ring.
if it's on the nose, we can tap, but it's got to get to nose.
It's all about the line now.
Wow, look at this from John Schuster.
Just fractionally over curled, but that is as good as he could do.
He's giving himself a chance.
Yeah.
Over curled by.
Not much.
All right, but that's all right.
Fine. Yeah, fine.
Fine.
The Swiss have to remember they get 2 shots at it here. You don't want to go super, super crazy and throw it so hard trying to spring one now and win the game that you flash it and miss everything. So the key thing for Benoit Schwartz on this stone is
make contact.
Just make good contact.
Well, 80%, 14 hits on the game. Of course, we had all those blank ends.
Very nice.
And that will get rid of one. Just, it spills it out. And that is enough for the win. Switzerland knocks off the Americans. A second loss for Team USA. What a fun game this one was. But the 9th end, really the difference. As Switzerland stays unbeaten, they're now 6-0. They beat the Americans. Final score 7-4. Will go into the books.
Ça s'est pas sorti de beaucoup, hein.
Non. Mais les deux, c'est ça.
Well, 7th end, and looking at that one, top of the button, John Schuster, the intern draw, has to put this one on the button. It's just a late dusting from Hamilton, a little sweep at the end, and will cover the Pioneer logo to get one to tie this game up again. 8th end now, and trying to get through the port. Benoit Schwartz with the intern. Got to be absolutely perfect with the line. He is. Now does he have the weight to curl at the end? It won't. It slides by, just too much weight. And it is a steal in the all-important 8th end. Switzerland bounces back in the 9th. Perfect end played. Benoit Schwartz, if you can hit and stick, it's for 5. Get rid of it, you get 4. And played it safe. We'll get rid of it, and we'll score 4, and the crucial blow in this game. 10, it was running the Americans out of stones. A valiant effort by the Americans, but not quite enough. The Swiss knock off Team USA. And it was a 7-4 final, Switzerland beating the US. Same score, Canada knocks off Germany to stay unbeaten. Norway, 9-4 winners over Netherlands. And Russia beats China 7-1 here to wrap up session 10. Which leaves us still with 2 unbeaten teams. Canada, Switzerland 6-0. Japan, Sweden 5-1. Then the US at 4-2 right behind. Italy at 3-2 as well with 2 losses. 2 win teams, Scotland, Netherlands, Russia, while China, Germany, Norway all with 1-5 records. Korea rounding it out with an 0-6 record so far.
Peter, talk to me about that 9th end when you were looking to try and control the end and it turned around.
Yeah, it's an awkward situation being one down with hammer because you want to go for a blank because you want to try and score multiple points in the last end, but you know that there are going to be some rocks in play, so it's going to be difficult to pull up the blank. So once we saw that we had too many rocks in play, we were just like, okay, so let's go for the big ender.
And it came off for you, but that was an incredibly tight game and a replay of the Olympic experience against the John Schuster team. What did that feel like playing them here at a World Championship?
Well, we definitely played against the Olympic champions today. They were really, really playing well this game. It was a fun game to play as well because a lot of tough situations, a lot of good shots back and forth. So yeah, a lot of fun to play.
And now you're alongside Canada, the only unbeaten teams in the tournament. What are you taking away here at the halfway point of the tournament as you look ahead?
It feels like way more than halfway already. 6 games, 6 wins. We're really happy, obviously, with the results. We're playing well enough, I think, to beat almost every team here. So hopefully we can keep it going. I have a couple of lucky breaks to keep rolling.
Congratulations and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
Well, for Hans Frauenlob, myself, Luke Coley, that wraps up session 10 and our entire crew. Thanks for watching the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship.
Aujourd'hui, on a joué contre